Hey YouTube, hey Twitch. Oh, let's move over here. Welcome back to what's this playthrough called? Super Duper Wet Assault Land. And oxygen not included. Okay, so we're gonna continue fixing the stuff that is wrong from last episode, which is the primarily the oxygen here in this area that we've been vacuuming up for use in our what's it called, Atmos suits, and now we're actually all out of okay, so I put in this this ventilation bridge here, and that was to sort of redirect more oxygen to these Atmos suits because they were completely out. But now that my duplicates are working up here more often than not, it looks like I should probably disable this or remove it. Actually, I should just make a little bit of a bypass here. Why can I not have both working at the same time? So there's an output. It doesn't seem like... What seems like what's happening is, even though this is... Yeah, this is just not working the way I intended. Everything's just going here. So let's just take that off for now. I need, obviously, oxygen up here as well. So we're going to expand the oxygen production, but I'm also going to, by the way, put some water in here. I'm also going to get the space today. I think it's about time, cycle 800-ish almost, that I start to build some space infrastructure, especially since the base is doing pretty good now on its own, aside from this oxygen shortfall here. And then we'll see how it goes from there. Hey, what's up? Icarus was taken. Ethanheimer to Beyond the Sea. That's actually a pretty good one. I don't know how I could replicate an Ethanheimer playthrough on this. Maybe I can at one point build a nuclear reactor and you know, just be negligent with it or something and cause a meltdown of some sorts. Hey, what's up, Charlie? Nice to see you, Charlie, on Twitch. By the way, chat, let's just do some blueprints. I know I have a whole bunch, so let's see. We got striped muck socks, ick yellow sink, okay, blossom ceiling light, H2O wedge, leather Atmo belt, bile shorties, basic orange gloves, algae corner, strawberry speckle, that's kind of cool, algae wedge again, frilly dusk undershirt, basic red shoes, fainting curves, yellow retro, and striped muck socks again. 2 duplicates today. Oh, what a pip! That's a cool one. And basic tan. Oh, one more basic tan gloves and white capris. Not the most exciting thing to end that, but nonetheless. Okay, so let's continue on the space infrastructure. So I was thinking, hey, what's up, Lockstack? Nice to see you, Lockstack. How are you doing? Hey, what's up, Chewy? Nice to see you as well. What's going on, everybody? Stringer, have you had your ESC already? Yes, I did. Thank you so much, Stringer. Nice to see you. I actually did a sound. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to make this like a meme or whatever, but I did a mic check when I was during the intro, and I opened the ESCA on the mic. It was quite loud, so I'm not going to do that over and over, but cheers. I thought it was kind of funny to have the ESCA opening sound. Okay, so I'm going to get the space. I already have an access to space, but this is like not protected, and my telescope is completely destroyed. So I want to get to space somewhere where it's easier. Maybe I'm going to destroy this also. Like, this is just very much in the way. I don't really need it. I've come to the conclusion that this is enough, but also I have this here just in case. So yeah, there we go. It's gone. Boom. That was quick. I didn't think it would, work that fast. Okay, so now we can get rid of all this water that we've had in here for pretty much forever. I think it might ruin the mutagen here. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Maybe. Well, heavy walk into the joint plate. You know what? Let's just try it. If it ruins the mutagen, then I guess all this polluted oxygen will come into the base. But I need this out of here. No, you know what? I'm going to pump it. Pumping is definitely the right option here. Let's build some lines. Grab the pipe there. This is kind of a redundant. Yeah, this is just redundant. So I can just tie right into that and pump it out to there, and then just bring some power into this. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll build a ladder all the way up into space and get rid of all this as well. Hopefully, I can just mop this up. Too much liquid, go figure. So we'll go ahead and deconstruct that tile and let everything drain. Okay, and then we'll get rockets set up. We will get rockets, and probably not this episode, but we'll get rockets. I'm good just eating dinner at 1:10 a.m. That is the best kind of dinner when you eat it at 1:10. Thank you for stopping by. I am good as well. Thank you, Lockstack. I just finished editing the video that I just released on the channel today. It's the first 4K video. It took an insanely long time to process compared to what I'm used to with the 1440p. So it was quite the endeavor to get that out, and it yeah, it did end up working out pretty well. I was quite happy with it. So go check it out if you guys haven't not seen it in your inbox yet. It is the plastic video that I promised. It's kind of like I basically just go over the existing plastic techniques like polymer press, and we have a fertilization issue again. Not something that we can afford at this point in time, even though we have salt and lime in there. So we'll empty that and then keep it going. So yeah, it's basically just going over the polymer press once again, the glossy Drecos once again, and then I make sure to include the tublias. I always say that wrong. Tublia, whatever. I just make sure to include a system for keeping these alive and how to replenish the diamond for the gas fissures. Actually, this is waiting for something. This is waiting for diamond. So I think my diamond production is it maybe not keeping up? Well, all the diamond is going into here, which is not the best thing ever. Let's just see where our diamond is. Yeah, 20 tons of diamond. So it is going up. Actually, it's right here. Yeah, 20 tons of diamond. I remember it was increasing from last episode, but the main problem is that I guess most of it is ending up in this area, which I guess is not that big of a deal. We have diamond here as well, so it'll fix itself, I'm sure, over time. Goals for tonight. Yeah, so get the space, set up some barriers, some bunker doors, so we can eventually launch some rockets, and increase my oxygen production because it's very, very low, particularly in the area where I'm vacuuming up all the oxygen to send to my atmo suits. And that's causing, cascading a problem. That's causing the carbon dioxide, first of all, to also be an issue. I hope I didn't just plug this up. I did plug it up, didn't I? Okay, so not too big of a deal. We will just go ahead and empty a couple of these pipe segments. I think I only have to empty one, because it'll just keep getting empty as the water moves along. So I might just do a quick cancel here once we get our plumber here. Okay, that should be okay. I'm just gonna wait for one to open up. There we go, something like that should be fine. And this is just going to help bring down the carbon dioxide, because right now it's getting sucked up by these pumps too much because the pressure is so low of the oxygen here. So carbon dioxide is just kind of spreading everywhere. And then I have to get these done. I have to install more flue corals. I really want to avoid the Hydra. I mean, I might just come to it that I have to build the Hydra at some point, especially if I want to start doing hydrogen rockets, but I want to try to avoid the Hydra if I can. You just saw it in your feed? Awesome. Thank you, Lockstack, for letting me know. I'm glad that YouTube is pushing it out. That helps a ton. Hopefully you guys enjoy. It is quite long. It's 22 minutes. I tried to make videos like a little bit more digestible, especially really I think most people know how to make plastic, but I really wanted to compare the different methods with the tublias. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy. Why don't you use gravity instead of pump? Oh, so that's I was about to do gravity, Chewy, but I was just thinking it might create too much of a mess with it would flow over, and then I would have to wait for it to flow, and I already have a mess here that I want to pump up, and I have and also I have the plumbing already set up. So that was kind of like the rationale, is just to kind of plug it into the existing plumbing and then put a vent there. And I also didn't want to risk destroying the Mutuan, which I don't think it would have, but I'm not sure. So anyways, the pump is easy enough, but it's very valid. I mean, you can definitely use gravity in this situation as well. But Either way, I mean, it's a little bit of power, but at the end of the day, I'm getting free power from these guys anyway. So and also the steam turbines here. What do you use diamond for besides the temp shift plates? Asks Sphinx. Hey, Sphinx, what's going on? So in this asteroid, in the aquatic planet, diamond is very important for the mining. The marine drill. This marine drill. So let me give you a TLDR. So the thermal gas fissure produces natural gas, but it has constant sulfur buildup. And when the sulfur buildup is at 100%, it will no longer function. And this is where this becomes really cool compared to the natural gas geyser. Nice. There's no dormancy period. The only dormancy period is when it gets fully plugged up. So this marine drill comes in here and it unplugs it and it creates a bunch of free sulfur for us. Well, it's not really free, but it's free to up to this point. The cost comes from the diamond because it needs diamond in order to function. So this diamond is pretty important because if I don't have diamond, I don't have sulfur. And if I don't have sulfur, I don't have plastic, which, I mean, arguably, I have 80 tons of plastic already. And I just set this up a couple streams ago, so it's not that big of a deal if I didn't have too much plastic. But also, sulfur is needed for the gum palm. Now, again, I have lots of gum palms here. I have way more than enough. Let's see. Yeah, 123.7 tons, but I need that for refined carbon. That's used in refined carbon on this asteroid. I do have wood as well because I have a non-domesticated pip farm. So, I just got a text that I owe money. Okay, so yeah, so I'm sorry about that. So gumwood and then is used for refined carbon, and so is wood, but I have a non-domesticated pip farm, like I said. And gumwood is also, I think that's the last thing that I need gumwood for. I don't think it's used in ceramic as well. So ceramic and refined carbon. So diamond leads to all those, like it just kind of branches out into all these different things. So I pretty much need to have diamond. And diamond is made from, and this asteroid, diamond is made from the pokey, where is it? The pin pockets, and it's made into pin pokey. That's what you harvest from here, and then you can crush that at the rock crusher into diamond. Hey, what's up, Renee? I missed a few streams. Hi, everyone. Hey, what's going on? Nice to see you once again. Appreciate you coming back and hanging out. We're going to be on for about 2.5 hours tonight, the usual Wednesday night time. So really appreciate everybody here. We're going to get to space today. So I'm just kind of just getting this out of my way. Not that it's not really in the way right now, but I just kind of want to go straight up something like this. And then we'll dig ourselves all the way up and clear out a space biome, get ourselves started with bunker doors, and we'll all be very happy. Our duplicants will be very happy. How are you doing, Renee? Nice to see you. Diamond windows are pretty good for pinpoint temperature changes and diamond arrow pots. Oh, that's right. You are correct, Stringer. I keep forgetting to make the arrow pots, but Stringer has a very good point. Diamond arrow pots are very compact, and they provide a lot of value for decor. Stringer says, I've already slapped out a comment on your video. Thank you, Stringer. Oh, you are the best. Thank you so much. I am very much looking forward to Space Aged in Factorio. So, like I said, I'm going to take a week or two off from Factorio, and then I'll start to think about like when I want to get back into it. But yeah, very much looking forward to the next playthrough. I don't think I'm going to continue too much of the current factory, mostly because I think it would be a much better. It would suit me a lot better to restart and to use what I've learned to have a much quicker starting phase of the game. So that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. I think it would be a lot of fun to, because the start of my playthrough was very, very, let's say, chaotic, not very well organized. Obviously, it was a learning phase. So I would really like to, not continue the original playthrough that I started on stream, despite saying that I would when I ended the Ethanheimer stream. I thought about it a little bit, and I thought it's probably better to just go straight to Space Age instead of, trying to fix whatever is wrong with that current playthrough, or expand it some more. How much plastic do you need for a playthrough or a walkthrough? Okay, so it really depends on how much transit, like how big your asteroid is, and how many transit to places you want to have. So plastic is used for that. I mean, that's what I primarily use plastic for. It's used for many other things, but I don't generally use plastic beyond transit tubes, ladders, and comfy beds. Those are like the main things. And then, of course, you can do orbital research as well, I think. What else can plastic be used for? I don't really consider it to be too much of an it's used for data miner as well. I don't use the dehydrator, so if you want to use the dehydrator, the orbital data collection, and then the molecular forge to produce, well, I guess that's thermium, right? Thermium doesn't need plastic, or let me just wait till it loads here. No, it does not. It needs, no, it's tungsten and nobium. That's right. These late game things I always forget because I don't encounter them enough. Okay, the soldering station too, I suppose, if you want to make a flight up. So, as far as how much plastic, I guess you don't really need a whole lot if your asteroid already has transit tubes access, and all the major work areas. But I always like to stock up because I just like to hoard materials. That's my favorite thing about this game is hoarding things, continuously producing, overproducing. Look at my food. I don't need all that fish fillet. 2.1 million calories of fish fillet, but it's just interesting to see how much I can get. And also, I really like to overproduce because you never really know when you're, especially like if you're constantly getting this sidetracked like I am, like with the oxygen production, for instance. You never really know when you're going to hit a bottleneck that's going to be catastrophic to your playthrough. So I always like to, let's not deconstruct this. I always like to overproduce everything and hope for the best. By the way, I should make a video on how I do my ratios in oxygen not included. I think it would be pretty funny. I mean, it's nothing special in terms of revolutionary or hidden secrets. It's just kind of interesting how, because I always tell you guys I don't do math, right? I just sort of wing it. I should do a video on how I do ratios now that I think of your question a little bit more. Sphinx says, I like knits for plastic. Doesn't need labor apart from pulverizing amber into resin, and you can use amber for a cheap early glass. That's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ways where you can make plastic. I prefer the tried and true method of petroleum, and it's kind of explained in my video. So why I like the petroleum so much. And it's because, well, sorry, if I had to use the polymer press, right? It's because you have access to the petroleum generators, and then they just make an insane amount of power, especially if they're tuned. So that's my rationale for sticking with the petroleum if it's available. But yeah, resin and I've actually never used nectar for plastic because I never made it far enough on the Frosty Planet pack to do so. But resin obviously is viable, especially if you don't have access to petroleum. Been busy getting ready for my first job. Funny enough, it's civil engineer. That sounds like a lot of fun, Renee. I hope that. Oh, did you already get the job, or are you currently? Sorry, let me read that again. So you're getting ready. Okay, so you already got the job. So you're going on your first shift. Because that sounds amazing. I hope you have a great day, Renee, and I hope that it goes well. I think hey, what's up, Kevin? I think Scientologists believe that striving for space travel tends to make society less barbaric. Case study, dupe tyrant Ethan is always slow to go into space. I am so slow to go into space. I have to remind myself, did I destroy the liquid? I did. I have to remind myself to go to space, and I've always iterated this, like, space travel is where the game, for me, starts to, like, sort of feel like it's time to start a new asteroid. You know what I mean? I'm really trying hard these days not to do that because obviously you guys don't want me to see me reset at cycle 800 every single time. I gotta say the conversion of energy violations really do put me off Ani. Maybe I should look into or make a mod. I can handle things like Nits and Lura, but maybe other wild farms. But SPOM should not be a thing because in real life it takes more energy to split the water molecule than you can get from hydrogen. I mean that. Sorry, let me just. That does make sense, especially if you have a very like heavy engineering mindset or you know, anything that can sort of like yeah, Ani does defy a lot of physics and laws, and that can be, I can see how that can be annoying. On the other hand, I think it's so funny the way that this game treats you know, very important calculations as something that's very benign and trivial. So that kind of it kind of has the opposite effect on me. It's like, yeah, let's just make you know, 200-degree whatever steam or whatever and just plop it. I don't know, everything is just so simple. I think it's hilarious. But again, that's kind of the styles. The art style is supposed to be cutesy and fun, and that's I don't know, that's kind of what gives it the charm for me. So sorry, sociologist, not Scientology. I read that wrong. Not the same thing. Right, that is completely different. Thank you, Kevin, for the clarification. All right, so where were we? Yeah, let's go over to here. I need some lights. What do I have? I have my spacing of 2 and 2 and 2. Let's put a whole bunch of lights. Just put more than enough lights. That's the best way to do it, I think. Take that off. Thanks, I'm still working on balancing my new schedule. Well, good luck and congratulations. That sounds awesome. Like, it sounds like a great time to... probably nerve-wracking, but also very exciting. So I'm sure you'll do fine. Okay, so let's see if we can get our oxygen a little bit better up here. I was a little bit worried that this water might create like a choke point here where the water's still touching parts of this tile and it doesn't allow the oxygen to get through, but it doesn't look like that's the case. I can also put this down a little. Oh, there's regular water in here. I don't think these can take regular water. Oh, yes, they can. Okay, the flue coral. No, wait a minute. No, irrigation is salt water only. All right, well, maybe this is why I keep having problems with like these things not working. But no, that's not true because I only have salt water here in this bucket. I don't have regular water. Like, you'd see regular water here if I emptied it, right? There's not regular water at all. Interesting. Anyways, not going to dwell on it too much. See, this has irrigation, incorrect irrigation. Now, I'm wondering why it couldn't just prioritize using the salt water when it's already there. So this is going to happen for a couple of these, unfortunately. No, the cat's here. She's going to knock down the key light. I just fixed the key light. Please do not knock it down. I'm really going to find a better system with this key light. Please do not... Oh my goodness, she's on the cables. Please do not touch any... I wish they made cat-proof cables. I am super nervous about what she's doing right now. Okay, here she is. Maybe we can get her on camera. Hey, Lily, come here. Come here. Hey, stop trying to go up in places that you're not allowed. Let's just take this off. Every single stream she does this, and I think she knows. It's like, yeah, this is how to get attention because currently human is not giving me attention, and this is the only way to get it. Let's empty storage again. That's a good mindset to have, but at first I was playing at as sustainable as possible until I learned all of these things. Yeah, I know it can be. I get what you mean. I was certainly there myself. And okay, so I have quirks like that when it comes to gaming as well. So I'll give you an example, which you'll probably find absolutely ridiculous. But here is my biggest thing with video games, and I will literally not play a video game if this is happening. Okay, I hate it when characters in video games do not walk correct. Like if they're very floaty, and if the game is trying to be more realistic, like or more like more grounded. Not realistic's not the right word. Like a grounded gameplay style. For instance, if you have a let's say something like Kingdom Hearts comes to mind. Okay, it's an old. I'm sure many of you have heard or played Kingdom Hearts. The character style is a little bit more floaty. Like Sora doesn't. Oh my goodness, she just fell. She didn't take anything with her, but she fell off the desk. Are you okay? So, I got something in my eye too. Okay, here, let's do a cat reveal while she's here. Here's the troublemaker. This is Lily. You guys get to see Lily every stream because she's here being chaos. Okay, go do your thing. Okay, so you guys, I'm sure you have played Kingdom Hearts. The character style is a little bit more floaty. I can deal with that because it's a very cartoony game, right? But if a game is trying to be more grounded in nature, like let's say an Assassin's Creed is something that comes to mind. Like I like the old Assassin's Creeds, but the new ones I haven't played. If the walking animation is not like perfect as to how the character should move, I cannot play it. So it's one of those like I'm talking third person as well. It's one of those scenarios. Does that kind of make sense? I know the cat kind of interrupted me there, but it has to be. Oh my goodness, I'm really out of oxygen here. It has to be. The style of animation that the character has to be very specific, and it has to be relevant to the type of game that it's trying to be for me. So I don't know if you can relate, but it's kind of the same interesting quirk or personal quirk that I have as Sphinx is talking about with the thermodynamics and like the physics in general just being off. If a game is not doing walking properly the way I think it should, I can't play it. I've always been like that. Obviously, this is something that's developed over time because on the PS2, for instance, you couldn't help it. A lot of characters were floaty just by nature. You couldn't have dozens of animations just for walking, right? Trying to squeeze a few hours into Ani, try out a new mid-game build. Well, good luck. I hope that it goes well, Renee. And let me know if you or let us know in the chat. I mean, if you have any questions with your mid-game build. Got a petroleum boiler. That's pretty good. Petroleum boiler and a cricket. Hey, what are you doing? She's being very mischievous today. Get off from there. She's on my fan. No, do not stick your hand in the fan. Oh my goodness. Get out of the fan. Hey, get out of the fan. She's trying to stick her paws inside the fan. I'm gonna have to go to the vet one of these days, chat. Midstream. Okay, where was I? Doesn't realize this lighting setup is just an advanced cat toy. It seems to be that way, doesn't it? Okay, let's go. Keep getting this. If it's not the game or the chat, it's the cat that's distracting me. I just can't catch a break. Okay, where was I? Space. Let's go. I gotta get to space. I at least open up here. I don't think any other Ani streamer has to deal with this. Do not stick your. Yeah, I gotta love our kids. Oh yeah, the petroleum boiler. Oh, congrats on the petroleum boiler. Those can be quite complicated, but quite complicated to make it good, but pretty easy to set up in general. Quake floaty speed of movement is fine. Not allowed in Half-Life 2 like that. So I mean, those are first-person shooter games, right? So maybe it's a little bit different in that regard. Like, I don't mind it if it's floaty in that sense. Like Doom kind of floatiness, I don't mind too much. Call of Duty is a little bit more. I haven't played Call of Duty in like 12 years, but those type of games are okay because I can't see the. It has to do with the movement animation itself. So maybe I should have clarified that. The actual speed at which it moves is irrelevant to me. It's more about the animation. So you mean the mechanics should be consistent with the theme? That's why I feel like Ani is trying to be a colony simulator with all these infinite resource loops, but they're all positive. Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it should be consistent with the theme of the game. And if it's trying to be more of an arcadey or like fantasy game, I can sort of let it slide. But if it's trying to be more grounded in the sense like an Assassin's Creed, which is usually, okay, I haven't played Assassin's Creed in years, but I'm talking about the first trilogy and the subsequent ones after that, a couple years after that. It was trying to be more grounded in historical settings, even though you have your like middle finger chopped off or whatever, and you have a blade there. But when those games started to not age well, I stopped playing them because of the movement. I just couldn't take it anymore. So yeah, I kind of see what like how I can relate to that if with your rationale. I hope that all made sense. Okay, so let's take a look. Oxygen is starting to look much better, and then we got the carbon dioxide gotten rid of as well. So this is going to take some while. Let's try to get our duplicates to work in this area rather than all the way down here. I have lots of steel, by the way, so steel is not going to be an issue for getting to space. It's just going to be actually digging because it's taking forever apparently to dig. Okay, this can be now mopped up. This can be deconstructed, and we can start removing. Actually, we should probably build this out entirely, so I'm protecting myself against the cold or the heat or whatever is coming our way. Let's take all that out. Then it kind of detracts from each loop. Like if you don't need a petroleum boiler, the energy is easily solved. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I think there's a lot of forgiving features or forgiving mechanics about Ani. If you build the ladder first, Pit Slave, you don't have to climb up the pole. Like, why don't you do that? It's okay, there you go. Like going backwards here. Yeah, there's a lot of forgiving mechanics in Ani for sure. That being said, I still think that, having said that, I still think that there's a lot that is a huge learning curve for new people. But in general, I understand where you're coming from. Especially if you have a very like physics-based expectation or reality of what a colony sim should be, and then you get something like this, where the thermodynamics and things that in general don't make sense that shouldn't in the real world. Chat, give me like 1 minute. I'm just hey, what's going on? See, Sal Vlexitov, I think. Well, welcome to the stream. I'm learning it right now. And welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna step out for like 60 seconds. All right. I just gonna fix something. 60 seconds. I'll be right back. You guys can watch the colony for me, and hopefully the cat doesn't show up and hit alt F4. Okay, my bad. I just had something bothering me, so I had to sort of take care of it. So Vexitov, what's going on? Nice to see you. What are you learning, Vexitov? Anything that we can help you with here on stream? People in chat are very good at explaining stuff. If you have any questions about learning in this game. Okay, what's going on? Flooding. Okay, that's fine. Out of order. Why are we out of order? I just stepped away for 2 minutes. Oh no. Oh no. Are we gonna have a massive situation here where everyone pees their pants? Okay. Let's see if we can fix this super quick. What's the best way? Okay, this is gonna have to be the best way here. Let's see if this is going to work. Not the right time to step away, is it, chat? Come on, please, please, please. Someone's in here with an Atmos suit? How did you get in with an Atmos suit? Oh, wait. Okay, well, that's fine. It must have been, emergency. Oh, made a mess. Okay, that's why it's not working. All right, not the biggest of problems. It could have been a lot worse. I don't have any access to have all this drop into my liquid, so not the worst thing in the world. So what happened that these stopped growing? Let's take a look. We have 10% growing, and why are they not growing? It seems like they should be growing. Oh, maybe it's just they're just not consuming this quick enough. It's interesting. I guess I can always build some more. I just didn't think that would ever be a problem. Just gotta run the Factorio mindset, build more solar panels, get the haters seething. I honestly don't see the problem with solar panels. I know some people will disagree. But solar panels, like, the game is just so big. I think if you just have one island or peninsula dedicated to solar panels, you could probably solve a lot of your problems. Plus, it'd be kind of cool to do a challenge run, or I'm sure this has been done before. So, obviously, the Factorio community has been around for ages. But if you did a run where you only focused on a certain type of power, it's maybe like, I guess in Oni you could do something similar, but like, I don't know, it would be like, for instance, if you just want to do a hydrogen run, but if you only had one hydrogen geyser or vent or whatever, and then you'd have to make hydrogen with electrolyzers, then you're relying on a lot of water, which you may not have in order to meet your power needs. So it's like, I guess that's part of the challenge, would be rationing your power for very specific things and trying to make things as efficient as could be. But I think in Factorio, at least you could scale it up where it's like, okay, you're only on solar panels. I mean, but that, all that being said, I'm not sure how much of a challenge run that would be. Obviously, as a new player, yeah, this is not ideal. Obviously, as a new player to Factorio, I'm not exactly certain if that's actually a challenge run or if it's just or if it's just something that would be fun or interesting to do. Okay, hold on here. Gotta be careful. No, I was too slow. I was just a little too slow. Okay, let's put this back. I mean, at least there's no germs here, so not the worst thing in the world. See if we can get that blocked off again. Is anyone gonna come by? Is it the person who's farthest away? It's the person who's farthest away. I just scrapped my 500-day game because I didn't have enough room to conveniently put travel tubes in. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's always a learning experience when it comes to things like putting travel tubes or or is it coming from here? Or building it big enough to accommodate future builds. What I would say though, what I like to do is keep my builds as big and spacious as possible within reason. So you'll notice that a lot of my rooms are very far apart. I mean, not counting the private bedrooms because obviously they're just directly adjacent to one another. But as far as like my main shaft goes where my duplicates are traveling, I always leave adequate space where I can always build something, like for instance, a statue to increase decor, where I can put in fire poles, the ladder, and of course if I wanted to I could put in transit tubes, but I don't really need transit tubes and actually I don't in this situation. So I always keep everything as spacious as it can be, and then if I ever need room in, like, let's say my kitchen for whatever reason, I can always expand it if I really needed to. You know, I could technically expand it 2 spaces if I wanted to, but chances are I'm never going to need it that big. So it's just something to, I guess, always pay attention to as a new player. Keep things with more than enough space, and that's especially relevant if you're playing Factorio. I learned that the hard way for sure. So that's what makes Factorio, I think, a lot of fun. Just the whole learning experience of not knowing what I'm doing. That was great. Let's get all this mopped up, please. There's a lot right now that's like very high priority for these duplicates, and I feel like that's causing a lot of problems. Even though I have 19 duplicates, maybe let's not do everything at max priority. Let's kind of do a big reset. All right, this might mess up the base a little bit, but let's do a reset. Hey, thank you so much for the super chat, Uther. Welcome, Uther. Uther says, hello, Ethan and everyone. Everyone grab an Eska. Thank you so much, Uther. That's an Eska sip on you. Cheers. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your support, Uther. Thank you so much. You've been around for so long, and you've always came to the streams and comment on the videos and super chats. Thank you so much, Uther. Actually, chat, this might be, I might be coming up close here to my 1-year streaming anniversary. I don't know when my first stream was. I know it's terrible of me, but I should know that off the top of my head. Well, I don't. Oh, this is happening again. I don't know why, but we'll fix it over time. Why do we have Moochin in here as well? Oh, because it probably overflowed. So I should probably look that up because it'll be interesting. Maybe I'll do like a 1-year anniversary stream, and then I'll do like a retrospective of of how I thought streaming would go and how it's gone and all that stuff. Okay, let me go back in the chat a little bit. I missed a couple messages here. I do everything backwards. In Anya, I try to be sustainable. In Factorio, I do science, sushi just because it looks cool. Okay, fair enough. Oh my god, this water is just not... I'm just not having a good time with this water. Let's just destroy this and I just empty it out. I don't think I need that much water in here anyway. This is just causing too much chaos. I mean, I could just plug it up, but at this point, I'm just going to open this up and... you know what? Let's just plug it up. All right? And one sec, chat. If you're waiting on a message that you've sent to me, I will read it in just a second. Let's just sweep this up, and then we'll just completely close it off. I don't have to ever go back in here. So if there's a little air pocket and a little bit of moochin, then so be it. But this is just too chaotic for me to deal with over and over and over. I haven't played Audi in 4 months due to business trips, says Willy Wonka. Welcome to the stream, Willy Wonka. So now I have to refresh my memory on the mechanics to get back into the game. You know, with Ani, that's unfortunately the case, right? If you are not playing for a little bit, and if you don't have it sort of ingrained in you, like, if you're just, you know, for whatever reason, it's really hard to remember to do everything that you need to do to keep your colonies fully sustained. I get that too. Like, so fortunately for me, I've you know, sort of by obligation and personal choice, I've had to play Ani for pretty much a year straight due to the streaming, which is, again, personal choice as well, which has been a lot of fun. But if I go away for like a month or so, I have to relearn things for sure. I have a hard enough time remembering late game mechanics. Never mind being away for 4 months. So I totally get you, Willy Wonka. I think I have to restart the game because I forgot what I was doing 4 months ago. Oh, for sure. I think so. I think it's worth it to restart and to just start a new colony. You might be in so deep. You might have been working on a build, and then you gotta try to remember what you had to do to make that build work. That's a lot. No sense in just start over and try your luck from there. All right, finally I can get rid of this nonsense of the water overflowing constantly. I'm gonna try to okay, I'm gonna try to mop this up, but I'm gonna do it really slow on slow speed, so I don't and have the cancel button ready. Okay, here comes Devon, Larry, and Fitz. Okay, here we go, Fitz. Okay, boom, perfect. That's it. Nice. Why is this okay? Vacancy only. That's fine. So now it should be good. By the way, I've had a printable available. It's like literally the whole entire game. Oh, I'm still using duplicate stat selector. My bad, chat. I guess I'll take the blossom seeds. I was doing something for the video reasons. And now, of course, we have a bunch of bad gas everywhere because we had the P issue, but the P issue is about to happen again if I don't plant some more of these guys. Thimble reeds. I mean, I'm glad that we have the thimble reed production. Let's not get it wrong. Oh, wait a minute. This is a body temperature issue now. It's actually too cold here. Wow. Okay, no, there's just the seeds that were too cold. All right. Popped eardrums? Is it popped eardrums? What are you doing, Trivaldo? Oh, you're just... Okay, I see. That's a you problem. I think I'm just going to let my duplicates breathe this in, and I'm not going to put down a bunch of deodorize. They have enough stuff to do right now that they haven't gotten to do yet, so it's not... I don't think it's worth it. Hey, what's up? Like and subscribe. I've come to realize I have mild interest in physiotherapy, and considering going back to college, my friends are very worried I will use the new knowledge and capabilities for evil. Well, you have to prove them wrong, or prove them right. It's up to you. You hold the power. Like and subscribe. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Nice to see you. I mean, you know, that sounds like it's always good to upgrade, like and subscribe. If you're wherever you are, it's never too late, and it's always a good idea. So if you're very interested, I would definitely pursue it. I don't really have any other advice other than, like, just do it, right? If you're on the fence about it, I don't know if you can get internships in that field or whatever, or like a way to try it out to see. Like, the only career advice that has ever stuck with me, because I sort of fell into the electrical role. I wasn't like born to be an electrician or whatever. The only career advice I ever remember is people saying to try to do, if the field that you're trying to go into is perhaps, if you're not sure if it's the right one for you, then the best thing to do is to find a placement or find someone or find a way that you can do it first to test it out. So the example that they gave is somebody who wanted to be a vet at one point, or a veterinary technician, or a similar field, and they really wanted to help animals. So their family really encouraged them to try it on like a co-op basis or an internship basis or whatever it was, because it's a lot more challenging than it sounds. And inevitably, the person just couldn't do it because they just couldn't take watching animals suffer. And despite the fact that they wanted to help the animals, it just wasn't something they were comfortable dealing with. So, I mean, I'm under the impression, however, that if you are interested in something and you can make money off of it, or if you'd like to make it a career and make money from it, then by all means, I mean, don't waste your time by debating. Just go ahead and try, right? I mean, even if you even if you do like 1 year of college and you realize it's not your thing, at least you tried the field in terms of like learning and to prepare for it, right? So I don't know. That's kind of my 2 cents. Laxatov says, I want to do a mostly organic playthrough starting with the lums. Last game I had 6 ranches and a total of 30 lums fueling 9 peat burners that I used to generate polluted O2 to feed the puffs. Well, there you go. That sounds like a pretty cool a pretty cool a challenge run, or like a self-imposed rules run. And so is that the one that you had to restart, or is that like the one that you're working on doing next? The automation is in Factorio is so much better, says Finks, especially if you understand the logic. Learn gates, SR latch from arithmetic, and decoder combiner and memory recall from decider combinator feedback. I never got to learn any of that yet in my playthrough, but I should maybe before I go to the next phase in my Factorio journey. But I agree, though. It does seem like it's more well developed in the sense that obviously being a factory game, you want to have more control over like things that are happening. So I haven't played around with it. I've just seen all those buildings that you described, and I was thinking to myself, I'm definitely gonna need a little bit of assistance trying to figure this out. Just take that off for now. Just get as much of this. This is a lot of this will fall anyway, so we'll see what's remaining after, and then we'll go up and build some what's it called? Bunker doors. Actually, no, what I should do, chat, I'm kind of doing this wrong. Maybe I should go all the way up first. Go up here and then build some bunker doors. I don't even have bunker doors researched. Let's do that now. Hey, what's up, Deragnar? Good evening, fellow Eska drinking Canadian. I'm painting a demon price Warhammer while listening to you, and boy, do you make it challenging. Well, I'm glad that you're here enjoying the stream. I appreciate that. But if it gets too chaotic, feel free to put me on mute, and you can lurk in the background or what have you. But I appreciate you coming by. Oh no, what happened to you? Are you in the tile? I keep getting more water. It always makes me feel good when you guys tell me you have me on in the background while you guys are doing stuff. Thank you so much if you do that. Hey, what's up, Yan? Yan says, I like doing 7 tile wide main shafts because I can fit transit tubes and basically every single every single pipe that I need. Also, sup? Welcome to the stream. My throat today, chat. I'm sorry, chat. My throat is just really scratchy today. Yeah, so 7 tile is, oh no, the light just came down. You know what? I'm just gonna put that off to the side. I don't think. Maybe it's good there. I don't know. I knew that was gonna happen at some point. It's gonna smash my monitor, and it's gonna cost me $1,000. It's 7 tile. Yeah, ample enough space. 7 tile is good as well. Anything is better. I think. I really think that 3 is the minimum that you want, right? If you're any lower than 3, you're gonna have a lot of problems. Also, with airflow, I know this is not really that big of a problem if you have a well pressurized base as it is, but you want to have as many ways for air to go, to fill your entire base. You want to have as many areas for carbon dioxide to fall to the bottom. You want to have, you don't want to have your, hydrogen trapped, like my hydrogen is all the way at the top here. You don't want it trapped in your great hall or your kitchen or whatever, where your duplicates may inadvertently breathe it in and then cause you problems with irritated eyes, or like, for instance, here. This is, not ideal. But in general, if you have a big enough space for all this stuff to flow freely, you'll be a lot happier. Like, your duplicates will be a lot happier for sure. It's not a super big requirement to... Oh, this is why I'm having so many issues. I have this bottle drainer accepting polluted water. Oh no. Okay, that should fix it now. I was wondering how did this get so backed up? I don't remember, having this big of a problem. But let's connect this, and then oh Jesus, I have messed that up crazy. Okay. Okay, so that should probably fix things. Okay, all good. Yeah, definitely I think 3 is the minimum you want. 5 is pretty good. 7 is ideal. You have plenty of space if you make 7. And then, the more the merrier, really. I mean, your duplicates travel so quickly. I really don't think that having an extra tile or 2 is going to make that much of a difference. Unless you're doing a challenge. Oh, this is broken again. Unless you're doing a challenge run of some sort, I think you'll be fine. Okay, let's just do this. Everything's going to get mopped up here. And then, oh, this is probably what's causing it to break. Something's off-gassing here, I bet. And it's causing the liquid lock to break. So we'll see if we can get that figured out. See, could at least make electric miners and smelters not emit pollution in Factorio. I mean, I guess if you wanted to try that, I'm sure there's a mod for it that's somewhere. Hey, what's up, Natasha? Hi, I just joined. How do you make a 1-tile liquid lock? I have no idea how to do it. A 1-tile liquid lock, like what I'm doing right here. Okay, so I'm using Mucin right here, which is a liquid that's from the Aquatic Planet DLC. I'm not sure if you can get it on the regular, like the vanilla version of the game. I think you need Aquatic Planet to get it. But nonetheless, if you have access to Mucin, it's as easy as just emptying it on a single tile, and then it'll spread out naturally. It'll sort of stack up once the... See, it'll just do that. So it'll sort of stack once you put enough volume on one single tile. So it's 100 kilograms on the bottom tile, and then 50 on the top, and it just keeps stacking. It can go pretty high. It can go like 5... I've seen it go 5-6 tiles high before, and that's the easiest way to do it. If you have a situation like this, obviously you just drop like this ethanol here. I just drop a little bit of whatever liquid you want and just build a tile right over top of it, and this just keeps the atmosphere in this chamber intact. And this is all deep frozen. That's my freezer. Here's all the Mucin, by the way. Just gonna put it more into the bin. Yeah, so that's how you make the 1-tile liquid lock. It's not... Now, I will say it's not the easiest to maintain. As you can see, this keeps breaking on me. I'm pretty sure it has to do with some of the off-gassing that was here and maybe the water that was already existing on this platform. But nonetheless, they are really handy because it allows your duplicants to, separation for your base for different atmospheres. Like mine got completely broken, so obviously I have a little bit of an issue with the polluted oxygen coming in, but it's not germy, so I'm not too worried about it. I really do prefer the pit method though. So if you're not familiar, the pit method kind of looks like this. If you're doing something, then you fill this area with liquid, and this would go up to the top. Something like that. I really do prefer this one, just because it's more reliable. It's very robust, and you're never going to have issues with something like this. But the 1-tile one is more convenient. By the way, here's another little tidbit. If you make it 3 tiles high, it works even better. So if you just destroy this tile here, and if you do something like this, destroy this tile, and then have this completed. I'm not going to build that, but then it'll make it 3 tiles high, and that will allow your duplicants to get through here without getting the soggy feet debuff. So right now they're wearing Atmo suits, so it's not that big of a deal in this scenario. But if you had this in your base, like if you had it right here, your duplicants get in contact with this liquid. If I just literally went like this, which I guess I should take my own advice and do it, and then destroy this insulated tile, they would jump over this tile, and then they wouldn't touch the layer with liquid in it, and they would avoid the soggy feet debuff. So that's how you make it with Mucin. Now, if you are doing that, and if you don't have access to Mucin, the easiest way to do it is to stack 3 different types of liquid. but you have to build a wall for it to support it first. So you have to build something like this. Actually, I have a video on this, a short, I believe, but I do have a video on liquid locks as a long form. You can go ahead and watch that, but I'll just explain it real quick here. So you have your platform, and if you want to make a 2-tile high liquid lock, you build something like this. You take a bottle emptier. Bottle emptier. Hello, bottle emptier. I clicked you. You do something like this. You block the liquid from flowing too far, and you just drain, let's say, oil or whatever. And then the oil will occupy this square. And then you drain something on top of it that would normally float on top, like water. And then you'll have an oil and water liquid lock. And then you just destroy this, and the liquid lock will stay intact. And you can do the same thing with a 3-tile high one. It would just have to be, you just have to basically go like this. Because that's the TLDR. But go check out my video for a full explanation on how to do it, that. Where does this water keep coming from? You're joking. Oh, it's probably from here. Oh. I kept wondering, like, where. There's no way. I have like ice melting or something. Well, let's just get this done quick, and then we'll close this off permanently. Oh, welcome to the stream, by the way, Natasha. Okay, Sphinx says you can use the SR latch in Factorio to only turn on your coal burners when the accumulators are below the set threshold. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I played around very briefly with automation, so I have a lot to learn, for sure. I have to do 8 tiles and 4 to line it up, says Laxotov. And 3 isn't even enough, in my opinion. That's true. Like, again, it's more the merrier, right? That's what I always say. There are also rubber boots in this DLC too. Yes, the rubber boots prevent the actually... Good call, Kevin. I should probably make some more rubber boots. Where's the rubber? I destroyed my building. What's that? It's called. It starts with a V. Oh, the vat. This thing that makes the rubber. I probably need this. So rubber gaskets I have. Which building do I have to make rubber boots in again? I'm pretty sure that my duplicates. It's probably. Is it this one? No. Which one is the rubber boots? Is it? I forgot what the building is called to make the rubber boots. So not soldering, not exosuit. I know the chat, and I can see you guys typing. Which one makes the rubber boots? Is it the one I was just about to click? The starts with a V. I think it's this one. Let me build this one and see if it works. This one makes the rubber. Yeah, this one makes rubber from the pulverizer. So I need a plant pulverizer first. Something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. The tailor station is where you make the clothing. Okay, so it's not this one. There's a tailor, right? That's... oh. Screenshot. It's not... No, it's not... Where is it? Why am I having such a brain fart moment? Hey, thank you so much for the subscription. Seaglue, I think your name is. Welcome to the stream. Currently trying to figure out how to make clothing. Okay, well, I'll figure it out in a second. Let me get some latex built. Do some latex to liquid reservoir. I forgot that I destroyed all of this previously, so we'll do 4 tiles high. And then we'll build this thing right here. Something like that. By the way, are you guys doing the space mission? Yes, you are. Good job. Do we have bunker doors yet? No, we are still waiting on bunker doors. Very, very close. What are we waiting on? Is it material study? No, this one's done. It's, is it databanks? No, supercomputer. Okay. So that should be, they should be working on that somewhere. But anyways, yeah, so this is finally starting to drop, so it's looking pretty good. I guess I can start refilling this with the polluted water that's all over the place. Okay, as soon as we get bunker doors, I'm going to build some protection here. By the way, any meteors coming? No meteors. I'm not sure if I can see meteors if I don't do the telescope thing. Let's get this on high priority as well, so we don't have to wait forever. Okay, looks like I almost solved this issue. This is all gone here. Let's get rid of the old wiring. Actually, this one can stay. I'm going to leave the squids in there. They're kind of cute. Textile loom. The loom, right. You are correct. Thank you, Kevin. Did I not have a loom? I guess I must have destroyed it. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, you're right, Kevin. It's right there. Anyways, since I've built one there, let me destroy that. I enjoyed your latest Ani video on plastic production. It's refreshing to see new tutorials for Ani, says Richard. Thank you so much, Richard. I really appreciate your feedback. Yeah, I try to keep things, you know, like, I always intend to keep things fresh, and as I continue to play the game and even learn myself, you know, I think I'm always learning in this game. There's just way too much to remember. I try to always redo videos when I have the opportunity. So this was a good chance to do it because of the recent update that introduced the tubulas. These guys right here. So it's a good time to redo the plastic. Hopefully I don't have to redo plastic again for a while because I have more video ideas to get to, and I also have to continue over-explain. So I have a lot on the go, but I really appreciate your feedback, Richard. Thank you so much for watching the video as well. By the way, if you guys could hit the like button on YouTube, that would be amazing. Help support the stream and get it out to more people. That would be much appreciated. And if you're here on Twitch, I live stream several times a week playing Ani, and I have a YouTube channel where I do Ani tutorials as well. Okay, so let's get this done, and we can finally get to space as soon as they are done the research. Why are we waiting on the supercomputer for so long? Where is my supercomputer? Once I find it... Where's my supercomputer? I wish you could search. I'm so used to Factorio now where you hit L, or I use L, but whatever the thing is for, to see your production everywhere. And then you can like zoom in very quickly to where you're making certain things. In here, I wish I could do like, hey, supercomputer, show me all the supercomputers. Obviously, I have one somewhere. Oh, it's right. No, that's the material study terminal. Here's regular research. Oh, here it is. Out of what? Out of what? Oh, it's out of water. Is there no... Oh, they used all the water. Oh, no. All right. Yeah, that'll do it. No wonder it's taking forever. No wonder it's taking forever, chat. All right. Let's get that done ASAP. See what's... I can take the peat. Critter starvation to sea queens. That's fine. I don't know what this is, so I'm just going to cancel it. And the supercomputer and the power charger station is good. Add the pod. Thank you, the Sabin. I eventually could have just clicked the missing resources and I would have got there. I should really build a research room for it because at least then I can identify where it is. Maybe I'll build a little one down here. Do something like this. I don't need this area really. Anyway. Go all the way. Oh, don't want to go all the way down because I'm going to ruin what I have going on here. So just close that off, in fact. Actually, no, I can keep that in. What I'll do is I'll close it off, but with the metal tiles. And then I'll build this as well. And then just rebuild all this stuff down here. A little tiny room for it. Kind of like this. Boom. Okay. Looks good. And then we can destroy it from here. Okay, Devin Lariat is working on the research. We are finally done. Let's get the bunker doors built in space. Geotuner now as well. Gas forge and bunker tile and bunker doors. All right. I guess I can go up a little bit higher. Where's the end? Oh, it's right here. Okay, I got lots of room. I got do I want to go higher? If I build rockets, the rocket infrastructure will take quite a bit of space. So maybe let's keep it at least. Well, 7 tiles is probably okay. I always end up building stuff above it though, so I'll go 10 tiles. So right where this green thing is, I'll go that high. That'll work out a lot better, I think, for what I like to do in space. I always end up building it not tall enough, and then I regret it later. So that should be okay. Get that on high priority. And before a meteor shower, ideally. I don't know if there's one coming, but I guess we're about to find out. Okay, this is still not... Oh, it has no power. I thought I connected that already. Okay, so now what I would like to do, preferably, is make it so there's transit tube access points kind of everywhere, which is what I started to work on as well this episode. So there's really makes it really easy for my duplicants to work if they can actually get to these places where I want them to be working. And of course, this will make it a lot easier to deliver materials throughout the base as well. So we'll go like that. We'll eventually have to replace this, but for now it's okay. A lot to improve, but a lot of things that just really don't matter, to be honest. I mean, this is kind of creating a problem that I would like to solve. Maybe come down here and start digging a little bit. Maybe I don't know if I want to open up into this biome. I think it's fine if I just keep it the way it is and just build a infinite liquid storage for this area. That's just not what I want to focus on right now, so that's why I'm just digging it out. Okay, finally got the water situation solved there. And we are working away at the bunker doors. Now, let's start to bring power up here as well. Cobalt, we have that readily available. And we're out of cobalt. So we'll have to see how much we can make. And then, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to have to wait on half this build. I'm gonna forget that it's in progress. So let's use copper. It's a lot of material to get all the way up here. I wonder now if I just should, instead of doing this, I should build a transformer for the time being, and then go up later. So we'll do this, take that off, and put a conductive bridge here. Oh, not that. Something like that for the time being. And then, well, I mean, I suppose we can continue that halfway, and then we'll build the conductive wire the rest of the way. We just want to get this working for the time being, this stuff here. This has to be built out of steel, though. We're going to have big problems if we don't do that. Steel. And then the rest of it can be whatever material I choose. Same thing with this. Kind of like that. And then for now, we'll put it on a signal switch just to have it functioning. And then we'll figure out the rest later. Kind of like that. All right. A chatter is never late, Ethan plays, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Me, a wise wizard. That sounds a lot like Fitz. That sounds a lot like, you know, have you guys seen the commercial, The Most Interesting Man in the World? It was for the Sakis, the beer commercial from way back. That sounds like what he would say. Fitz, welcome to the stream. I immediately thought of the Saki guy, the most interesting man in the world. My base planetary has almost run out of metal ore. Should I use steel to build or make a mining rocket? So I would say that if you... Okay, so it really depends. If you have quick access to a rocket, obviously I think it makes sense to go about building a rocket first and getting, like, let's say I have a very close zinc asteroid, if you can do that. So that's certainly a possibility. Now, if you don't have any immediate plans for your steel production that you've already accumulated, I would say just go ahead and use steel. But it really depends on how much steel that you need, that you're trying to use the metal ore for, and how much that you have planned or allocated for the future for other builds. Like if you have a lot of aqua tuners coming up very shortly, I would say that's probably priority. Here's something else that you can do. If you are at your oil biome, you should have plenty of lead down here. And lead is a really good substitute for things like, for instance, if you have a lot of refined or unrefined metals, metal ores that you made wires with, rebuild them to conductive wires out of lead. Because lead is basically, like, to me, lead is useless for everything, right? So what I would do is just rebuild all your wiring with lead. And that includes the heavy watt conductive wire as well. This can be built out of lead. And if you built your wiring network out of, like, let's say zinc ore, rebuild it out of lead. Anything that you possibly can. Because then you'll get a ton of zinc ore back, or whatever ore that it is that you need. And, you know, you'll have a much better wire. So that's kind of what I would do. But if that's not an option, like I said, I think it's perfectly fine to use your steel if you have adequate steel production, and if you don't immediately need it for something like an aqua tuner. You know, like if your steel production isn't very robust, let's say it's still in a cold biome like mine was when I first started. Or no, that's something overly explained. Like if my first ever metal refinery was out in the open here, which was actually even worse. Hey, thank you so much for the subscription on YouTube, Diamond Cruz, I think, Diamond Cruz, and welcome to the stream. So yeah, if you are still in your early stages of steel production, I would probably wait, because steel is so useful for let's say you come across a gold volcano and you're like, oh, I really want to tame that, but I can't because I built a lot of things out of steel, and you'll kind of probably regret that decision. So I would look for ways to reclaim the metal ore that you've already built if possible. But again, it's all circumstantial. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. It really depends on your current needs and your future needs. I have no effing idea on what you're talking about, Ethan, obviously. No, I liked it. I mean, I don't, if that's a reference to something, obviously I have no clue, so you're right. But it immediately took me to The Most Interesting Man in the World commercial, which I really hope that was not exclusively a Canadian commercial, because it was so good. I really hope that if you guys are Americans, that you've seen that, or I think in Europe it might be different. I'm not sure if those played in Europe. But hello, Fitz, nice to see you. Thank you for joining as always. Appreciate it. Here's a cheers to you. By the way, super good viewers on YouTube tonight. We got 70 almost. I think we just hit 70. Thank you everyone for being here. That is so awesome. No, I did that thing where it's scrolling by itself. See if I can fix it. Okay, I just did. I never remember the combination that I do to come across that situation. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up. Why is it? Oh, no power. Okay, no power. Easy enough to fix. Just build a bunch of these. And let's get this on high priority because I don't want to be getting caught with a meteor. Like I said, I'm not sure if a meteor can be detected if I don't have a telescope. I might just max stress. Oh, never mind. That's on 1%. For some reason that caught me off guard. Bristleberry, yeah, I guess take that. Confused entrance as always. Renee says I have tamed 3 iron volcanoes and making non-stop steel. Oh, then I think you're good. I think you're good. Yeah, like I think that steel is using steel for things that you can use regular metal ore for is hard to get over at first, but if you have that much steel, like for 500 cycles you've been making it, you're probably okay to splurge a little bit. And you know, you can always reclaim that steel, right? Once you get access to metal ore from space, like the zinc ore, for instance, all you have to do is rebuild whatever you built out of steel out of zinc. So I would just go for it at that point. But I think you made the... I think it was a good call to evaluate your circumstance and, you know, see what the best decision might be. Especially if you want to continue the asteroid for a long time. The YouTube viewer should probably get get like total up to match. Does he have rocket suits? Why no ladders to reach the bunker doors? I mean, they should. Once I have power here, this should open up, right? Oh, I guess I have to turn it to green. 3 iron volcanoes is crazy RNG, like all that on the base planetoid. That is really good RNG. That basically solves all your potential steel problems. Thank you for the advice. I was replacing zinc with steel. Never crossed my mind. It's a really good thing to do. Just replace it with you know, lead, zinc, steel, whatever. And then you can always go back and forth, right? That's the beauty of Ani. They don't punish you for rebuilding stuff. So it's only time that you waste, nothing else. Aluminum volcano 2. Ooh, lovely. So if I do a playthrough in the future, I mean, this is not guaranteed, but I particularly love to look for asteroids that have a lot of volcanoes. I love hoarding material. I love having all the different types of volcanoes, all the different types of material. I don't even care if it's a bad volcano. I just like having it. So that's one of the things I love about this game is just hoarding all the material that I can get. By the way, my diamond is going down. So speaking of hoarding material, it started at 19 tons in this episode, and now it's down to 16. So I'm almost certain I may have to increase my pin pokey production. Not the end of the world. Definitely not the end of the world, but I have to... Well, I don't know. These ones are kind of close to harvest. So we'll see how it goes. There's a couple that are nearly there. I wonder if I can build this, like... I can build this behind the auto sweeper. That just seems like it's wrong. Let's build another one here and another one here. And then we'll get a couple more of those guys up. I like Trivaldo's underwear out of steel at this point. I don't know if I have a steel underwear unlocked in the blueprints tab. But look, I gave him a black charcoal background for his room. I thought you'd appreciate that, Fitz. You should be able to grow like 30 of them off one arbor tree, Chrissy. What's going on, Chrissy? Nice to see you. Are you talking about wood? Or so I need what I was referring to is I needed the pin pokey for diamond. I can make it directly in the diamond with the rock crusher. I guess I can't. I guess it's too close to the wall. No, I got it. I don't know what was going on, but I got it. This won't have access to it, unfortunately. So let's move that over a little bit. Oh right, yes, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, Chrissy. Thank you for the heads up. But yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. So I'm making a lot of wood. Now here's where I am messing up. So thank you for that, for reminding me. I am making a lot of refined carbon, but I'm using coal right now just because I have it available. When I go to the, wood, which I have a ton of, I should have it delivered here automatically. So currently I am not doing that. So let me go ahead and fix that. Now, in order to do this properly, I think I have to... Like, I don't want to have more than one conveyor loader. I think I should just sort it, and then that'll make things a lot easier. So we'll put a sorting mechanism in here for the wood. Something like this. We'll come down like that. And then we'll have the wood going in this direction, I think. Yeah, this is probably fine. Just go right through there. Something like that. That looks pretty good. We'll put a chute in here. And then put a conveyor rail element sensor here. And then we'll do a little bit of sorting. You know what? This might not be a good idea because I might have too much wood. And if it gets backed up into here, I guess it won't get backed up because it's a chute, right? But, just trying to think, is there a more reasonable way to do this without sending all the wood in there? Maybe there is. Maybe there is. I don't want to send all my wood because I like sometimes building with it. So let me actually just do a conveyor loader instead of doing a sort. So we'll put that in there, delete this, and then we'll request wood only here. So only this auto super has access to it. And then that will make me feel a lot better. Because I don't want to have all my wood in this insane heat. By the way, refined carbon, yeah, let's just go with wood. And then this auto sweeper should have access to here, right? Yeah, it should have access to it. Perfect. Everything should be automated. Thank you for that, Chrissy. I totally forgot that I had all that wood ready to go. You definitely don't know me. Like, heck, I knew you wanted to increase his decor. Cheeky little bastard even gave a cuddle pub last stream. Well, I gave him a charcoal decor. That's not... I mean, yes, technically I increased his decor. I mean, look how depressing this room looks. It's dark. He's got a stone bed. Like he doesn't even have a mattress. He's literally sleeping on a stone bed with like a cotton sheathing or bed sheet over it. And the pillow looks, you know, like I would never sleep on that pillow, would you? And by the way, for the longest time, he had a shine bug in there. The back wall looks cool. To be honest with you, I do like this back wall a lot because it shows the oxygen molecules everywhere, and I really enjoy that. That's usually what I do on other asteroids. This one just looks really pretty the way it is without having to do the back wall. But I usually do the black charcoal back wall everywhere. I think that looks amazing. By the way, oxygen's looking really good now. It's finally stabilized. Let's see how this is going up here. Okay, cool. Everything's looking great. Asteroid coming in, probably. So let's go ahead and close this up. This is going to take some time to close up. And then, of course, we'll connect everything like that. And then we'll just make sure nothing gets rebuilt. And then the power can also be connected. So there we go. We got the start of our space infrastructure up and running. Build another door here. We'll continue to make this area safe. Actually, this area, we're kind of in the middle, right? So we kind of got to protect each other or ourselves from both sides. So we'll just go like this. I'm not going to put all of it on to have it available to open yet. I don't think I need to. So we'll do something like this. And then we'll put the bunker doors on higher priority. And then the ladders on slightly lower priority. So they build the bunker doors first. And this should protect us from every angle of meteor, I hope. So we can at least keep going into space. And then I'll rebuild a telescope up here as well somewhere. Probably somewhere here. Just for the time being, I think. I don't need a big area. But somewhere here will be fine. A lot of radiation up here as well. That's okay. They can handle it. So Christian says, I just have the same thing in my playthrough. As for that room, not sure. Why not add some decorative heavy wall wires? Don't give Fitz any ideas. He'll request heavy wall wires to be added. Trivaldo already gets punished enough, doesn't he? I shouldn't have said that. The pillow is better than mine. Do they still have Bed Bath & Beyond? I should go get another pillow, come to think of it. I do the charcoal back wall in places that's supposed to be vacuumed so I can more easily see when they aren't. That's actually a really good idea because, yeah, the air molecules are very easy to see over top of the charcoal background. That's not a bad idea, Kevin. Instead of that door thing, you can put a intercosmic blast shot and shoot them out of the sky too. That's true. I could do that. It's not. So I actually like using the blast shot. It's just the door thing is super quick for me to set up without having to build the blast shot missiles. But yeah, I do enjoy the blast shot quite a bit. I will probably do the blast shot at some point, but in time. Meanwhile, the cheeky 45-degree meteorite, Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, well, I mean, even at 45 degrees, you're cutting it really close. I mean, it might hit with these things first. You know, I could just do the trick that that William taught me, which is just to build natural tiles, and these will protect against meteors as well. So I actually did that in the over-explained. I think I alluded to that, but not sure if I elaborated too much. But basically, if you build natural tiles like across like that, these will protect against meteors as well because they just become damaged like this. Or something like that. I don't know if they're permanently good, but they have been working for me thus far in the other playthrough. So anyways, here comes a meteor. We'll see how well it does. Hey, what's up, Shaw? Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. So many people here tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll be on for another half an hour to 45 minutes-ish, so we'll go a little over 2 hours tonight. So if you haven't already, please like the stream. That would mean so much to me. And just an FYI, I will be back Friday after tonight's stream with more Oxygen Not Included. Anyways, we're getting the space today, getting the space infrastructure set up, and then probably start doing rockets on Friday. That's kind of what I'm hoping. By the way, since we are doing that, let's go ahead and make some boilers. I'm not sure which... Oh, so the Rad Bolt, that's right. I want to do the Rad Bolt rocket. Let's make sure I have that engine. Rad Bolt engine. Let's... Oh, 250. Oh, no, that's going to be a long, long time. I definitely do not have anywhere near enough data banks for that. So I might have to go to space. Yeah. I'll have to go to space with a carbon dioxide rocket or something, or a sugar rocket. Let's take a look. Okay, so I could probably feed the Sweetles to make... Yeah, these make the sucrose, right? These can be used for the rockets, I believe? As rocket fuel? I forgot if this is what the sugar rocket needs. But anyways, I'll have to build a small downsized rocket to get into space to get some data banks, it looks like. As soon as... Well, yeah, you know, let's not do all this research just yet. Hello, let's cancel it. Because I don't want to be spending data banks just in case I need them for something else. Let's see. I definitely need the... Do I have the orbital lab? Where is the orbital lab? Yes, I do. That's very early. Okay, so yeah, maybe we'll see if I can get the sugar rocket. Okay, I already have that. How about the CO2? There it is, the carbon dioxide engine. I already have that too. So I have all the stuff that that are conventionally easy to use. So I don't have a lot of CO2 though. I mean, I guess I have a lot in here, but that's not enough to launch too many rockets. It says, I don't, I just wanted his room to be closed on both sides with a hamster wheel and a conveyor belt output to give mush bars once a day and the poke shells outside. Should we do that? That would be so funny. I would just have a little chamber with a hamster wheel giving him some power. And a mush bar delivery exclusively for Trivaldo. Should we have him make his own mush bar as well? With his own micro musher? Don't forget the telescope that gives a good amount. I think I might have used up everything the telescope gave me. I mean, maybe I didn't. This might be built to go a little bit farther, I think. We'll see. Yes, sugar rocket will be fine. I did the same thing. Awesome. Thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done the sugar rocket. The last time I did the sugar rocket was when I did my sugar rocket video. So I normally go CO2, petroleum, and then hydrogen, but this time I really want to avoid hydrogen and not deal with the heat. Petroleum, I haven't even started on this asteroid, so it's not a consideration. So the sugar rocket and the rad bolt is what I want to do. The rad bolt is particularly interesting to me because I have radiation, like massive amounts of radiation, literally right here and right here. So this makes it very easy for me to start it. Actually, maybe it might be a good idea to start harvesting the radiation and putting it in a rad bolt chamber so I can launch my first rocket quickly. Is that a good idea, chat? I mean, is it worth setting up all that infrastructure just for... do I have the rad bolt chamber? Let's see. I could certainly make a lot of rad bolt generators. What's that? No, I don't have it unlocked yet. Maybe that would be a good one. That would be like a good buffer. Yeah, let's get the rad bolt chamber. That would be a really good buffer, so I can launch rockets quickly. So, and then we'll put the rocket somewhere down here, so it's close to the radiation. Not even a bed, if anything, just a single back wall of that dumb blue critter prehistoric pack. Like hanging their sign, obviously because I'm a good person. That would be kind of funny. I guess this would be the... We'll give him a little tiny room like this. I mean, this is very medieval as it is, no? Holiday achievement earned. Block a meteor, I think it was. What do we have here? Copper. I think the telescope enclosure has larger range. Okay, we can put that in there. I'd have to pipe up some oxygen, which is, I guess it's okay. It's not like I'm struggling for that. And I think it has rad protection as well, so maybe it's a good idea. Remember to remove the seal first, or they'll eat the sugar and make ethanol. Right. Thank you, Renee. Appreciate that. Yeah, we'll have to get these guys their own little farm. Where to put it? I think I'll put it right here. This might be the best spot. So 96 tiles. If I do it right here, no, let's put it one more in. It's gonna be somewhere. Yeah, well, somewhere right there. Should I just move it over a little bit? We'll see. We'll make this out of wood, because why not? Wood looks cool. Go across like that. And then we'll fit it into here. We'll do 96 somehow. Oh, I don't need that. So we want to do at least 99. So up until this point. You know what? It's going to look awkward with this. So, what's the best way to go about making this 96 fit into this space? This is 91. I mean, I'm taking way too much time to deliberate on this, but I think I'll just make it this big, and then I'll close in the top what I need to close in. For now, it'll be good. For now, it will be good. Okay, let's get the Sweetles in here. We'll just do a curtain drop off. And then we'll put all these on wrangle. Okay, nice. We got all the polluted water and all this reed fiber is growing. Looks good. No more polluted water around. We got a lot of salt water too. Oh, this can continue. Let's go. Which direction do I want to take this in? I guess it doesn't matter to have like a lot of these ladders around because I don't anticipate using them all that much. If I have proper infrastructure set up, so with the transit tubes. So let's put this in here. And remove that. And then come across like this. You could ask Fitz on making the mush bars. I'm benevolent. I'll go grab some food, be right back. No worries. Okay, let's put those in there and connect this here. Sort of like that. And then this will be all connected all the way through. This is still not built? No landing. Yeah, well, no kidding. Oh, they can't get over. That's my bad. I thought they could get over. Taking forever to build it. I'm like, why is this taking forever? Chrissy asks, do you have spare power to keep that going? The rat bolt generators are quite a bit of power. So right now I do not. But I do have a lot of natural gas that I can use. I keep making a surplus. Now this is obviously not going to be infinite. Like I only have 3 of these gas fissure setup, but I was thinking of doing solar panels. Solar panels seem like a pretty good choice on this Astro. There's plenty of light, and I can just store them in batteries. Radbolt engine is high-end and research target. Yeah, it's very high. Unfortunately, it's very high. That's okay. We'll do some sugar rocket missions, and then we'll get the sugar rocket, or sorry, the Radbolt rocket. We'll just have to deal with it. Didn't realize seals eat sugar as well as nectar. Makes sense, I guess. Yeah, I'll have to get rid of them, but I'm just gonna put them in a room. So let's put Sweetles here. And then put the, give them, where's it, the wrangle command. There's a whole bunch of Sweetles that we've gotten. No, not the seal. Not the seal, please. Move, Pip. I mean, I should just click on it like I normally do. That would be a lot easier. Nice. Okay, so no research. I'm going to go ahead and cancel those. It's very distracting to have these things always popped up. New printables available. Okay, I can cancel these. It's causing me grief. Let's see who we got. Oh, rubber boots. Nice. Okay, so we'll give one to Donut. And then we have another. We'll give one to Gizmo. And then we'll make a whole bunch. Cool. And then we'll put rubber boots on. I don't know. Let's make 10. Why not? Make some more latex. And by the way, pretty sure... Oh, we still have some polluted water from here, but it's okay. We'll make some more. I think there's a trick with the telescopes of Stringer. You can make a rocket platform, build a spacefaring module, put a telescope on it. I think the telescope will work. Well, is it going to be better than this design? Or do you mean like you just have to pump oxygen into the spacefaring module? Oh, okay, I gotcha. Just like put it inside. Yeah. I never thought about that. I never thought about doing that. But I already have this set up, so I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, it's pretty high. I didn't realize how high this was. Just get rid of these, I guess. I have to start with that one. See if anyone's gonna come. Here. Gizmo to the rescue. Trapped. You should just have to pump the oxygen into the spacefaring, or if it's in a suit. Oh, that's right. So I might not even have to use this, pump oxygen into this one either, right? Hey, what's up, Nadawa Pong? What DLC should go down or on top first? Oh, sorry, this DLC. I messed that up completely. I read something else while I was reading that. This DLC, should we go up or down first? Good question. I think since you spawn so far at the top, you should definitely go, like Fitz said, middle and then down. The reason being is this asteroid, particularly the early game food, likes to be warm. And if you go up too high, too early, you're going to let all this cold into your base. So I would definitely go down first, like go left and right and then down, so you can get access to all your pools of liquid, so find some beacons, find all the tidal turbines, etc. And don't break into this abyssalite until you absolutely need to, or until you have a relatively temperature controlled, or a base really that's not reliant on temperature. Because if you go up, like I said, you're gonna be in for a world of hurt very quickly if you start exposing your crops or things that like to be warm into all this cold. Tossing Frogs, hey, what's going on, Tossing Frogs? Hey, what's up, Crimson Riots as well for the Sip of Esca? Thank you so much. Tossing Frogs says, Tossing Frogs, I'm sorry. I have 500 hours in this game, and I haven't even touched Spaced Out yet. There is just so much to learn in this game. I don't blame you, Tossing Frogs. You know what? I think you have a good strategy going as well with that. You get the most content you can, like the most fun out of the vanilla game. And then when you go to Spaced Out, it's like a whole addition to that game. You'll have a lot of fun with it. It basically just expands the late game like tenfold. And actually, Fitz makes a good point. You're not in a rush to get oil on other planetoids. That's a good point. Yeah, the turbine and fluke coral made me a bit chill. Yeah, so the chilling is not ideal, like I said. But if you have a good enough insulation, you should be fine. Like, as long as you keep the core of your base at like relatively good temperature, you'll be okay. Like, everything is very cold surrounding my base, but I have everything, well, mostly everything insulated. Like, I do have some areas exposed. Luckily, this base is not as reliant on a perfect temperature as something where you have Drecos and you're feeding them blossoms or mealwood. Those have to be less than 30 degrees. If you're still on blossoms for, like, let's say berry sludge, that has to be less than 30. So there's a lot of considerations to be made on like a Terra asteroid type thing, versus this one, everything kind of likes to be warm. Like here we have the gum palms, 24 to 54. It's, pretty hot. Here I have mealwood. Obviously, this is temperature controlled with a little bit of polluted water. And by the way, the polluted water is looking pretty good. And then beyond that, like the fluke corals, 25 to 45. So everything is pretty warm in this asteroid. Let's connect the power here. I just love that I have all these random things that I half built, and then I have to go back and and then finish the build once the duplicants have since long finished the building. Like this existed without power since the last stream, and it's supposed to be for the lime. So just the little things here and there. My mind is like all over the place. Yeah, it's just like a little trick you can do inside of your base where you don't have to go into the space biome. You get really early data banks. I gotcha. So you can just do it like literally right here, like in this area. I don't mind going to space. Like my idea is I have to get to space anyways to launch the rockets. So I don't really need need data banks. Yes, I do want to get to the Radbolt engine, which is quite far into the tech tree, but I think just going up to space and building the infrastructure while I build the while I get data banks is okay. Do I want to use? Yeah, I guess this is useless for everything else, so may as well do that. Perfect. And then we'll start this. I think this provides a little bit of radiation protection as well, 50%. So this is way better than the regular telescope. Okay, let's continue the bunker doors. Like I said, oh no, we're gonna go this direction because, like I said, we're gonna do Radbolt, so I want to have access to that. So in that case, we'll keep going like this. Yeah, I'll put the rockets somewhere here. The rocket's gonna be pretty low, but I'm gonna have the bunker doors quite high, so I can build a lot of infrastructure in all this area. I think the temperature is really that problematic on this planetoid. I mean, it does start quite warm as well, and we know it takes time for it to absorb stuff. I think the temperature is a lot more forgiving here. Like, you start warm, but everything wants to be warm. So it's a lot different. And by the way, like, the water is warm too. Like, the water starts at almost 30 degrees in most areas. And that's going to create a lot of mass that's heating. Even if you're trying to cool your base, like, you know, this is going to be quite warm and exchanging temperatures with the immediate atmosphere, right? So there's a lot that just kind of wants to be warm, and that's okay. There hasn't been, like, so in a normal playthrough, I would have already most likely had problems by now. Obviously, if I had blossoms, everything's 30 degrees here, so I would have already had to start cooling stuff, like my oxygen. In this one, I haven't even cooled my oxygen at all yet, right? You guys have seen how I have base cooling. I don't really have too many heat producers, except for my kitchen maybe and some Drecos. So what I normally do is just cool the oxygen that comes into my base, and that's usually the only cooling that I have, unless it's a very specific area that's quite hot. So in this asteroid, it's not like that at all. I have zero cooling whatsoever. I'm not even cooling the oxygen at all. So I think this is a lot easier to manage than a Terra asteroid with regards to cooling. Said chill as in feeling relaxed. Yeah, that's how I assume. That's what I assumed that they meant. Did I read it the wrong way? Did it sound like I meant like chill as in cold? Hey, what's up, Dan? Happy Wednesday. How was your week? My week was pretty good, Dan. Thank you so much for asking. I hope your week was okay as well, or better than okay, rather. Work was okay. Spent a lot of time on the new video. Rendering in 4K is quite different than I'm used to, so that was a lot of a pretty good learning experience, I would say. And it took a long time. Like, I think gone are the days where I can rush a video out late at night just to get it done, because the upload and the rendering on the YouTube side takes forever on a 4K video. But it was a lot of fun to make something of really high quality and put it out for you guys. And I hope that you enjoy not just the video content itself, but the improved visuals on the videos going forward. So very happy about that. And yeah, I hope you guys like it too. But yeah, other than that, my week was pretty good. I mean, had to go to work, IRL work, but it is what it is. Got to keep the internet on. Yeah, I'll take the slicksters. Yeah, I'll take the slicksters, but I'll relocate them almost immediately. I don't want oil everywhere. Luckily, there's a duplicate ready to do that. Okay, so this is fine. I like that. Let's get the Sweetles working. Take all this out. And then we'll also take all this out. Take this out as well. Don't need any of that. Forgot to say what starts warm. The liquid, sorry. No worries. I'll grab some more grub. A lot of prehistoric stuff also wants to be warm. Yeah, the prehistoric also does want to be warm. Yeah, that's what I meant. Good to see that great minds think alike. No worries, Fitz. Sometimes, to be fair, sometimes I do need the clarification, so I definitely don't mind you guys jumping in. Sometimes my mind gets lost on random things. I need a grooming station. Let's get this guy here. I have to make this the proper size, so I'm not quite done yet. I also have to feed them some sulfur, so I might as well just bring the sulfur up from here. I have plenty of that at... sorry, this is refined carbon. Where is my sulfur? This is my sulfur. Okay, so 64 degrees sulfur. Now, see, this is where we get kind of tricky. Sulfur? How much heat does sulfur? How much heat does sulfur carry? Do I want to be cooling this down? Not a lot of heat at all. How does that compare to dirt? Dirt is more of an easy thing to compare to. Yeah, it's way less than dirt. It's half of the capacity of dirt. So I think I should be okay to bring sulfur into the base. Actually, I could just cool it down with this. Like, I have plenty of cooling available. I mean, literally, if I just put it through this water, I think it will cool down. Like here. Let's do this. Check this out, chat. See if this works. Let's put a... Well, actually, let's not break this. I feel like this is super easy to break if I am not careful. But let's build this, and then we'll bring the sulfur through here to cool it down, and then we'll send it up to the base. So we'll do something like this. Put a bridge here, and then we'll do something like this. I don't know if this is excessive, but we're about to find out. Do you need 4K, or do you want to show the biggest screen in the future? I mean, I like I guess you don't need 4K specifically for Ani. I just think that the option is now there for people who have a 4K setup, or if they're watching on the TV at home, or whatever, wherever you watch. I just want you to have the best viewing experience. That's kind of the rationale for wanting to render in 4K. On my side, it's fine. It's the YouTube side that takes forever. So it's really the same for me as it was before. But before I couldn't do it. Now I'm able to. So I'm really happy that that's an option now that I can... Oh, I shouldn't dig that out just yet. But yeah, it's... I guess you don't need it, but it's now there for those of you who would like to see. Which makes me, super happy that I can give a visually better quality video if you so desire. I guess this is redundant, isn't it? That's okay. Okay, where are my duplicates? They're finished this now. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll build some shipping here. A conveyor bridge. Actually, I don't need a bridge here. I can go right through the wall, right? Let's put this on 7. We'll see how this works. I think this might be too much effort, but it's always fun to play around with scenarios like that. Now, as far as the sulfur goes, I have to get more sulfur here. This is already running quite low despite the fact that I have 250 tons. So I don't know where this 250 tons is sitting at. It's certainly not in this area, but nonetheless, maybe we'll do this for the time being as well. Just put a sulfur delivery mechanism here. Kind of like that. And then we'll just manually deliver any sulfur that's in this vicinity into that. I can go through the cooling chamber and then up to my base. So from here, I wanted to take it into the... Well, do I want to go around? Sulfur comes in here, or do I just go straight up? I guess it doesn't matter. There's no downside to having this go through the base, essentially. We'll just split it 50-50. Something like this. Yeah, we'll figure that out later, but something like that, and then we'll put a chute there. Okay, before I complete that though, I want to see what the temperature will be. So let's do that quick. When you read him saying sell, you mentioned don't worry about cooling. Oh, okay, no worries. I may have started talking about that as well, for some other reason. Oh boy, Fitz is here. I can't wait till we play the Space Age and we mass produce solar panel blocks. Well, we might just do some solar panels in this playthrough as well. That's, I think, Chrissy, was it Chrissy or Renee? Somebody asked me about the solar pit, what I'm going to do for future power. Molten sulfur is right around the cooking range to cook. Sorry, by the way, molten sulfur is right around the proper range to cook algae. I.e., cook phyto oil into algae at better efficiency than algae still. Wonder if I can play around with that a little bit then. Let's take a look at those temperatures. So we got 330 for sulfur. Sulfur turns into liquid at 120. And we can make dirt at 125. Maybe something interesting that we can do with cooking some algae. Not entirely sure if I need it just yet, because I do have the pips here. So let's see, would it be worthwhile? I don't need any dirt. Sulfur should be okay. As soon as it goes solid, it turns into the proper range. By the way, Sipaveska, on me. Fitz says, who said what? Cooking phyto oil into algae. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Into algae. Not algae into dirt. I gotcha. No solar. I love that there's such a battle going on with the solar versus nuclear crowd, which is basically just comes down to Fitz and Stringer. Okay, so let's see how the sulfur's doing. By the way, if this gets sulfur at 37, that's pretty good. See if we can get some duplicants here. Okay, chat, maybe about 10-15 minutes. And then we'll call it a stream for tonight. You can literally go geothermal here. No need to go solar. That's true. I could do geothermal. There's plenty of... By the way, I did take a little bit of a peek on the second asteroid. So I know you can't get access to it right now. But I went into sandbox mode to take a little bit of a sneak peek. And I have a lot of volcanoes on that. So I was kind of thinking, wouldn't it be kind of cool to do a massive geothermal... power production facility or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of volcanoes happening though. We'll see what happens. Better hurry up and finish my late made hot chocolate. One day, Kevin, I'm gonna join you with the hot chocolate. Every time you mention it, it sounds so good, but every time I'm at the store, I keep forgetting to buy some. So yeah, I think it would be awesome. I haven't done geothermal in forever. I love doing geothermal, but I keep forgetting to do it because I usually have petroleum. Now this asteroid does not have petroleum, so it might make sense to just go to. Well, I mean, I do have oil, so I don't mean to misrepresent that. I do have oil wells somewhere, so I could make petroleum easily. But instead of doing the same thing that I always do, I want to try something different. So definitely going to be, I think, geothermal. Another 30 minutes. Another 30 minutes. Ethan, I could keep going a little longer. Let's go till let's do 20. We'll go until 2.5 hours. All okay, my friend. Oil is going to oil is awesome too. Well, see, I want to just do something different. I always go to petroleum boiler, right? I always do petroleum. Let's change it up. Change it up a bit. Like, for instance, I'm specifically not doing a Hydra this stream or this playthrough because, everyone's seen a Hydra. Everyone's already done it. I want this colony to survive with only the fluke corals or like the bloaters if I so choose to do that. But the fluke corals, they're doing an adequate job. I don't mind them. Actually, I'm going to be overpressurized pretty soon because the oxygen levels do keep going up. So we'll see. Yeah, it's already 33,000 here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But anyways. Yeah, I'll do a little bit. I'll do 20 minutes. Crimson Knights. I'll try to get as far as I can. Let's dig this out. We'll get the fire pole built. Okay, sulfur. Let's take a look at the sulfur. So it comes in at 70 degrees. Oh, this is super easy. Now, I am going to obviously heat up the water over time, but that's okay. 40 degrees is perfectly fine. Natural gas is enough with the fissures from the DLC for power, I think. I use petroleum for something else to cook gunk. And oh yeah, I need the blaster rockets too. Yeah, you're right. You are correct. So I'll have to get petroleum eventually. But that's okay. It's okay. Okay, so everything now should be going up to here. They should be going left. Why are they not? Oh, missing a bridge. Obviously, I need the bridge there. So otherwise it just drops on the floor. Which is not ideal. But it is what it is until that bridge is built. Okay, let's also build this farm. Or this ranch. Actually, I'll change this to wood. I think that'll look kind of cool. And then maybe I don't need a full-on ranch. Maybe I'll do something like this. And then I'll open this up. And then this can be how many tiles? 78? Okay, if I do 78, and then I give myself these ones, that's 12. So that's 90. It's 78 plus 12 is 90. Yeah, 90, right? I think math. That's how math works. So let's do that. And then the idea here is that if they pee themselves on this platform, it'll just end up in this little catch. Why don't you make an Atmos sensor and send the oxygen in the canister so you can prepare for rocket missions? I will have to do that eventually for sure. That's kind of what the goal. Oh, sorry, that's kind of what the long-term play is to store it, so I don't have to shut these off because, I want these to keep going for as long as they can, and it's always good to have extra oxygen. Now that being said, I normally like to send duplicates or bionic duplicates on space missions because they're super easy to use. So I might just do that again on this playthrough, which means that I don't really have to supply a lot of oxygen. I would just have to supply a lot of tanks. Because the bionic duplicates will last quite a bit quite a bit without oxygen in their cabin. I could just send the tanks on the mission itself. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm definitely going to do another rocket melting, though. I really enjoyed the rocket melting. I changed my rocket oxygen system into a storage tile with oxalite and a sconce. I still use algae terrarium to scrub CO2. That's not a bad idea, Kevin. Do you rocket melt as well? Or do you just use the basic capsule? Like this, the regular size capsule? Yan says we need a mesh tile below the checkpoint to prevent P from breaking the liquid lock. Yes, you are correct. We're going to put one right here. And one right here. And then we'll just increase the size of this. Like that. I hope this doesn't break the liquid. There should be no mutation here. There is nothing there, I think, that's going to cause a problem with the liquid lock. We'll see. Okay, and then this one can be a stable. I'm perfectly happy having a small stable because I don't want to have too many of these guys anyway. Okay, so we got, let's see, closely related to Grubhub, blah, blah, blah. A Sweetle egg, that's what I want. So we'll take the sucrose up. Get some auto sweepers built here. And then, of course, we're going to have to do all the automation that we normally do for a farm. So I'll figure this out. Where do I want to put these? If I put these 2 off, yeah, 2 off should be okay. Then I can overlap. Do something like this. Actually, I'll build this a little higher. I can build this higher as well. So I'll have to bring back the ladders temporarily. And then I'll put these all the way up here. No, let's deconstruct that. Kind of like that. Okay. Now we'll do a incubation station somewhere. Maybe up here we'll do incubation. There's not enough room there. I guess down here I'll have to do incubation. Just go through the wall. I already have this in the way. So this is going to seem excessive, but I think I'm going to go around in this direction. Oops. Wrong key. And I'm going to do a sorting here for the eggs. For now, I'll just drop everything here, and then I'll figure that out later. Let's get power here first. Oh, by the way, I can start making the 4K insulated wires. I have plenty of plastic for that. That's actually a good thing to touch on. Once I was asked about plastic earlier on in the stream, how much plastic do we need for a playthrough? I totally forgot to mention that the insulated conductive wire takes plastic and rubber. So that might be a good reason to have even more plastic than I initially suspected would be a reasonable amount. So there you go. There's another reason. Get yourself some plastic. Nope, you do not use a rocket melt. You use a regular rocket. I think I'm going to have one of each again. I like the idea of having large space missions on the melted rocket, but I also sort of want to stay true to the game in a way and not just cheese my way through the space missions. Send Travolta with mush bars. If he survives, you can give him a comfy bed. if only he survives, he can have a better bed to sleep on. That sounds like a fair trade. By the way, I just realized that Sophie Cunningham is on a schedule with too many duplicates. So let's put Sophie Cunningham to here. I don't know why I just thought of that now, but obviously I don't want 5 duplicates on one schedule and 3 on on the other. Okay, this is not ideal. Let's go ahead and cut that out. And then we can go and finish the fire pole. Okay, so data banks. How many do we have? 63 units. All right, let's keep going. So the end goal is the Radbolt rocket. It looks like... Oh, I need a lot. Yeah. I mean, the espresso machine would be pretty cool. So may as well go for that, right? Decontamination station. Never had to use that before. I don't know if it's really worth considering. Nuclear reactor, uranium centrifuge, atomic power bank pattern. It's kind of cool. I'll take that. Let's get the lead suits up. Those will be good. And then we'll go for radiation refinement. Holy smokes. I just checked the YouTube. 98 of you here on YouTube. Thank you so much for coming by tonight, chat. If there's anyone new in the chat, feel free to follow. I play Ani multiple times a week here on YouTube and on Twitch. It's always when I am just about to leave that we peak out on viewership. But cheers to everybody here. Okay, so what my goal is for the next 10 minutes or so. Get this Sweetle farm up and going. It's not going to be a full-size farm. I don't think I need to have a full-size farm. I'm actually also going to close this off. We'll put a manual airlock in here. So this will prevent water from flowing. If they do pee themselves, then I can provision myself to get in here without making a huge mess. I'll just lock the door or something, and maybe I'll come down here if there's a spill or something like that. I don't know yet. Looks like you gotta stay then. Ethan is getting famous. We'll soon be forgotten. No way. I would never forget. I mean, I forget a lot of things, but there's it's I think that the first year of streaming is going to be extremely memorable. I'll have to look up also when the when I had my first stream. Actually, I'll do it before I leave tonight. Okay, so I want to have sucrose here and Sweetle egg. And I guess, well, everything else can just go for now as well, except for the sulfur. By the way, why are you not picking this up? Excuse me? Oh, it's not done here. Okay. All right, all right. You win. You win that time. Okay, let's put a... what I want to... Do I want to... What's the temperature for these guys? 40 degrees? Maybe I should be more... I was going to put some lights in here, but maybe I don't need to put the lights in. Let's get this siltstone out of here as well. Sweep that up. And then we can start building a sugar rocket somewhere here. So we'll mine this out, and then we'll put it somewhere in this area. You know what? Maybe it's not the best idea because this is in the way. We'll mine this out instead. And then we'll put it up here. Us little people will blend into the background. I'm just a number now. The pale blue dot seems to be getting smaller and smaller, but it will always be there. Decontamination station is probably the most useless building in the game. Either that or the ore scrubber. You know what's so funny? I don't even remember what the ore scrubber does. What do I do with the ore scrubber? I've literally never used it. Is it here? Scrubber. It kills germs on raw ore. Not even refined metal. It's only ore. You are correct. That is really useless. What would anybody use this for, chat? Is there anyone in chat that knows what you would do with this? An ore scrubber is a relic from when you could die from slime lung and such. Well, I mean, that's true, but it's... I mean, in its current state, I've literally never used it. I just just remembered now that Jan talked about it. That's hilarious. But yeah, you're right. The decontamination station, never used it either. Mainly because, your duplicants, a rad pill or just constant bathroom use can get rid of radiation as well. Icarus was taken says if coal is an ore, you could clean coal. You get clean coal. Well, there you go. I've never built one either, says Crimson Riots. Decontamination station might still be useful if you go swimming in nuclear waste. I was just about to say to give something Trivaldo to do, like unplugging a controller to your sibling. Oh, I remember those days. Bits. Luckily, you have Bluetooth now, so kids can't do that to each other. I use them when I work in a nuclear reactor. Well, fair enough. I mean, I guess there are niche uses for the decontamination station, but the ore scrubber, I mean, you have to be really down bad, I think, in your playthrough to what germs I mean, right? I mean, I honestly don't know if there's a viable solution for that. I mean, not to insult anyone if you had to use an ore scrubber in the past, I'm legitimately looking for a reason to use one if you have one. But just saying, like, if that's where you are in your playthrough, your germs must be really, really bad. I'm actually pondering one of the mods that bring back disease danger. I mean, to be honest with you, Kevin, I wouldn't mind going back to the old days of germs actually causing more of a significant impact, because I am so stingy with not allowing germs into my colony. I feel like I would translate pretty well into that. I've always been very careful. Like, I talk about this a lot also in my videos that I put out, where watch out for germs getting into your base and whatnot. And then I always get comments like, "Oh, germs are pointless. You don't have to worry about them," and this and that. And it's like, well, yes, germs are technically pointless, to a degree. But if you've never watched if you've never forced your friend to play this game and they actually end up enjoying it, and then they get dozens of hours into it, and then they have a situation where their duplicants are hungry. There's no food, there's no water, there's barely any oxygen, and on top of all that, they have the germ debuffs. Hey, what's up, Snark Diva? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Thank you for the subscription. And then they have germ debuffs on top of that. Like, that colony is not surviving very long. Not with a new player anyway. And so germs are still a big problem. It just depends on your experience level to deal with them. And I guess your experience level to not let issues cascade and become like a massive problem in that sense. So yeah, I wouldn't mind having germs be more of a problem, especially for, like later in the game. It seems like if you have everything running well enough, it doesn't matter if your duplicants get sick. Like, someone has, okay, Trivaldo's always has an allergic reaction, so it's not that big of a concern for me. But it would be kind of interesting to have somebody get like stomach aches or whatever, or stomach cramps, maybe a new type of disease. Like food poisoning leads to something, and then they're just vomiting. Like, maybe it triggers their stress reaction, for instance. I don't know. It'd be cool for it to be modified so it kind of works against you a little bit, just to give you something else to watch out for. Make diseases great again. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I like it this is what I'm talking about, though. I've watched my friend play the game before, and they were new at the game at the time, and so they had all these problems in their base, and then having like slime lung and food poisoning was just not making things any better for them, right? So it's like the icing on the cake when everything's already going wrong, to have your duplicants sick. But that being said, if you have everything else running well, you're likely to be perfectly fine. Have you tried the game with worse duplicants? Says Chewy. So, is that a mod, or are you just saying like worse duplicants as in not taking the optimal duplicants that I would normally take? Or like, are you saying to take the worst duplicants from the pod? Like if I go to here, if I select, like if Ren had increased air consumption or whatever. Oh, not optimals. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So I mean, everything that's not coming out of the printing pod is usually everything that's not coming out from the start of your printing pod when you first start your asteroid is not really optimal, right? Like the thing is, there's not many duplicants that that are exceptionally bad or that exceptionally break your playthrough. I would say that increased air consumption and increased food consumption are very bad if you are running very tight margins on oxygen or food production. But if you're very far into the game, those are trivial problems to deal with, right? Like I have so much food now and oxygen that it wouldn't really affect me now. But if you are, just starting, especially if you're a new player, you might not know how to deal with an extra half duplicant worth of food or oxygen, especially if you're struggling with, just getting through the early game. Other than that, there's not a whole lot that duplicants are really bad at. I mean, you can always train them up as well. So even if they have like very poor athletics, which is probably the worst trait that you can take at this point in your playthrough, to take a duplicant that's very slow, they'll eventually increase their speed over time anyway, and you can't prevent that from happening. So I don't think there's duplicants that are that bad that they would bring down your entire colony. I think it really depends on how well you set up your base and how well the infrastructure is set up to support negative traits that duplicants might have. But I don't know. What do you think, Chewy? What's your opinion on that? Do you remember do you remember my ideas for diseases? Should I try to make a mod for this game? You know what? That would be awesome if you did. I would try to I would use your mod, Fitz. That'd be cool. I don't remember your ideas though. I'm sure if you mention it, I'll be like, oh yeah. Old Ani, where step in the slime biome is more dangerous than the oil biome, says Renee. And actually, Renee, that's kind of what I'm alluding to as well, where like in my tip videos that I released on YouTube periodically, I would always say in my tip videos, do not let polluted oxygen with germs in it get into your base. And that just kind of stems from I'm so used to not allowing germs to cause my duplicants to become sick from those old days of Ani. I still kind of think like that. I can't get that out of my head, right? So when you go into a slime biome, you naturally make yourself a lot of germy atmosphere, and that's going to multiply exponentially in polluted oxygen, which is normally what you have in those biomes. And then eventually that polluted oxygen makes its way to your doorstep, right? So I try my best not to allow it, just because I don't like the idea of it being having germs all over the place and having slight debuffs or whatever. Now it's also easy to deal with. You can give your duplicants medicine or whatever, but it's just an extra annoyance that I don't want to have to deal with. Now all of the diseases are just kind of mildly inconvenient. Yeah, it's just kind of there, right? Bro, if only time and willpower for that, growing up sucks. Yeah, that's true. I thought the worst duplicants were Trewaldo, Otto, Joshua. I just saw your duplicants going into the bookshelf pit, then going to the table to eat. What the fuck are they taking? They're taking probably lime or malt, and they probably dropped it off at I don't know where they would have dropped it off if they're going back to eat. But yeah, they're supposed to be taking all the molts from here. Chewy, are you back, Chewy? Sorry, I should have paused the ad. I didn't realize it would play at that exact moment. You can hear now. So if Chewy says 5 athletics was terrible, not want to try that again. Farty is not too bad. I'm afraid of Sleepy. Okay, so you have a good point. I forgot about the Sleepy one. The Sleepy one is brutal. I would probably never take a Sleepy duplicate willingly. Even if I really needed a duplicate and it was the only one available. That would be insane. Now, the Farty one isn't, like you said, it's okay because natural gas eventually makes its way to the bottom of the base. So if you had to deal with that, you could just make it like a little pit, like a little collection pit, and just vacuum it out. That would be fairly easy to deal with. But you're right. 5 athletics is brutal, especially if it's at the start of your asteroid. And also, especially if it's when you have Atmos suits, because then the Atmos suits will give you minus, I think it's -6 for each Atmos suit. And then it's -5, so it's -11 in total if you get a duplicate with -5 athletics, which is why, you know, you can put them in a gym or you can block them from leaving. Like, I always block new duplicates from leaving anyways. By the way, Sophie Cunningham, you are now free to go. You are no longer restricted. They're going to the mess hall? Huh, I did not see that. No idea why they would go in there. Maybe they dropped the eggshell somewhere. Or this is the mold, rather. Maybe raw food is enabled in consumables? It might be, but they should be eating barbecue or sushi instead. I mean, I can check, but I don't think they should be eating that. So meat is not enabled. Fish fillet is not enabled. So, oh, raw shellfish. Oh, you know what? I wonder if they stored or if they ate the shellfish then. Oh, Renee. Yeah, that's what Renee's saying as well. I think that's what happened. Yeah, I have almost 1 million calories of the shellfish. So maybe they stored it. I think Francis did a playthrough of all the Narcopolitics ones. Oh, is that the one that falls asleep? Oh, that's actually, I missed the message here from Fitz. Narcopolitic, I did a lot of ones that had no problems with them. I don't know. I actually don't know how often they fall asleep. It's not something that I've ever wanted to try because I think that sounds annoying. Poke shells are making food again. Yeah, don't they drop shellfish now, I think? They drop the molt. Yeah, and they make raw shellfish, I think. If I click on that, will it show? Yeah, produced by Poke Shells. Narcoleptic. Oh, narcoleptic. Narcoleptic. And molt for lime. Yeah, I have a habit of just vibe-reading words. Cheers, chat. Are my messages out of order? Sometimes you read them out of order. Sometimes I miss one. Because if I don't stop it from scrolling, it hides messages, then I have to go back and see them. So I try to stay one message behind at all times, so I don't get the auto scroll. That's how you got Scientologist out of sociologist. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly it, Kevin. That's why I always say it's a ritual to get your name read incorrectly when you first join the stream. It's just bound to happen to everybody. I got my idea of a disease back there. Okay. Oh, sorry. I missed that one. Okay. I missed that one as well. Okay, sorry. In case of this planet, I said about rabies, basically preventing your duplicates from going in the water and making them aggressive over time. I like that. That sounds great. I would play with that. And it would be kind of cool. It would be a cool thing if, like, one duplicate gets like contacts rabies from something, but instead of dying in a horrible death, maybe the duplicant infects other duplicants if you don't treat them quick enough, and then that duplicant will infect other duplicants. And if you let the disease incubate for long enough, then they'll have it permanently, so it stops them from going into water at all. That might be a really cool mod, actually. If you farm spigot seals and tallow, tempura is better use of raw shellfish. By the way, okay, I don't have any plans on this asteroid to farm these guys, but maybe like I don't think I need I could get bond munchers, I suppose. Like Nectro would be pretty cool to get if I was having bond trees set up. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, barbecue. And dupes don't prioritize better quality food by themselves. You really have to babysit them through the consumables. Is that right? I thought they would grab the best food from here. Like my sushi roll is constantly the lowest, which makes sense. It seems so weird that they wouldn't prioritize the best ones. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really care what they take from here as long as it's not the fish fillet, because that's kind of like my backup food just in case. I can always make that into, cooked seafood if I want to, or just eat it raw, whatever the case. I'd rather have them eat barbecue or sushi roll. Hey, what's up? Ula says, how do you manage to make a base so square and put together? Just takes some time and patience, I guess. I like to have my bases relatively like square builds. Obviously, this one has a lot of water around it. So you can't really make it perfect in this one because you have tidal turbines everywhere. But I don't know, just do the best you can. Just have... I always think the criteria for a good base is at most one large ladder shaft that goes all the way up and all the way down, and then maybe some on the side if you really feel like you need them. But other than that, start from the center, build your way out, have everything that's important like the washrooms, kitchens, the great hall, or what is this? This is the banquet hall, all really close to your ladder shafts, and everything else as the priority lowers, have that farther and farther away. I've been a player for like a year more than Ethan, and he got it right from like video one. Just remember that video one was not always my first time playing Ani. So if that's what you're referring to, I've been playing Ani since the COVID days. So I've always liked really, really square bases. It's all rectangles and then stuff, and then it's a mess. Well, I mean, it is what it is, right? You gotta embrace. It's like how they say in Factorio, you gotta embrace the spaghetti. So you can always rebuild too, right? You can, if you don't like it, always rebuild something. Nice to see you though. Welcome to the stream. Sorry if I'm stuttering a lot tonight's chat. Really starting to get sleepy here, so I'll have to call it a stream at some point. I did go a little bit past, so I think it was, who was it, Crimson Riots, that said go another 30. So I did another 30 for you, Crimson Riots, or whoever it was. Yeah, it was Crimson Riots. So I did another 30 for you. But now my brain is starting to shut off, so I'm gonna have to call it a stream here pretty soon. Let me just write this on the stream message here. Stream ending soon. 10 minutes. Well, stay on. I'll chat with you guys for a bit, but this is pretty much gonna be the closing moments of this stream. All right. Hey, what's up, Moonlight? Hello, bro. Nice to see you. By the way, I missed a couple of messages here. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, I definitely have enough. I definitely have enough. Uni and sushi is doing good. I wish zombie spores actually turn them into zombies, and then you had to deal with zombies as an aggressive mob. That'd be so cool. There's gotta be a mod for that, Stringer. There's gotta be a mod. Like, do you guys remember how popular the zombie genre was like 15 years ago? Like when Walking Dead was first like at this massive hit TV show, and everybody was doing zombie DLCs for their games. Like it was huge. I'm surprised Ani doesn't have one. Like remember Call of Duty Zombies at first? That was crazy how popular that was. Black Ops 1, 2009 that was, I think. I think it was 2009, Black Ops 1 with the zombie mode. I have killed many worlds when I got to Spaghetti Fi. You are very welcome, Crimson Rise. It was a lot of fun. So, but now I can start to feel my brain starting to shut off a little bit. So we're gonna call it here pretty soon. Now for another 30 minutes of 10 minutes. Fitz says, okay, guys, I have to go. Great stream as always. Thank you so much, Fitz. I'm not doing as well as I usually do, but your streams and chat always cheer me up. Oh, Fitz, I am so sorry to hear that, but I'm so glad that you were able to come here for a little bit of disconnect from the real world and have a little bit of fun with us. So it makes me feel so good to hear that you came here and had a good time. But I really do hope that you feel better in IRL. So take care of yourself, Fitz. I'll see you Friday, hopefully. But yeah, take care. Have a good night. And gave my like as always, says Fitz. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. We are long overdue for a germ overhaul, says Cali Max. Yeah, Cali Man. I'm sorry, Cali Man MX. That is true. That should be part of the next DLC. Would be a good update for sure. It would bring back a lot of nostalgia to the us OG players. Kill Trivaldo, by the way, the solar panel lovers on the rocket and the sun too. Thanks, Ethan, says Willy Wonka. You are very welcome. Zombie supports are such a scam. I was scared of them for over. Then I saw a video from Echo Ridge, I think, and they just make your dupes slow for like 50 cycles. See if it's wave to you as well. Yeah, zombie spores are. I mean, nobody wants to get zombie spores, right? But at the same time, it's like it's a scam if you are skilled at the game or if you have a lot of experience. I trust me when I say that new players, even slime lung can be very detrimental to them. So this is a good example. Is I just talked about this stream, but I was showing my friend this game and they ended up really liking it, and they had a whole bunch of issues on their base, like they were out of food, out of power, out of oxygen, etc. And having the duplicants try to fix everything while they were getting slowed down by their debuffs basically just kills their base. Like if you had a little bit faster duplicants, a little bit more efficient duplicants, you would at least be able to. Oh, by the way, the morale impact as well. Like the morale impact of having diseased duplicants with no food, no oxygen, etc. Soppy wet, debuff, all that stuff is just intense. But if you have a base that runs fairly efficiently, you're not going to really feel those effects of the germs as much as you normally would. Oh, of course, yeah, 100% stringer. It's a skill issue, and of course, when you're a new player, you are facing a lot of skill issues, right? And that's what I try to help with my channel is to really drive home just how important it is to take care of the basics first before you try to expand into mid game. And I've done a lot of tip videos on that in the past. Okay, so chat, we're gonna call it there. Let me just kind of read the last couple messages, and I'll give myself a little bit of a plug before I leave. So I will be back Friday with more Oxygen Not Included. Friday we can go about the same amount of time, about 3 hours or so. But yeah, I'll be back Friday, same time as today. Please go check out the video if you haven't yet after the stream. It's on plastic, so if you've already know how to produce plastic, it's the first little bit will probably be repetitive for you, but I did a huge segment on the tubulas. So if you haven't played the Aqua Planet, or if you haven't got tubulas yet, It kind of gives you a quick overview of how to get these up and running and what considerations you have to make them somewhat efficient. Obviously, my videos are always catered to new people, so I don't go over like the exact perfect ratio layout in order to make this happen. I just tell you what to do and make sure that you don't forget anything. So go check out the video. It's the first video in 4K. I'm very happy about it. Finally giving you guys even better quality. So hopefully, if you enjoy 4K, I hope that you check out the video. Please leave a like before you leave. That would mean so much to me as well on the stream and on the video if you happen to watch it. And yeah, if you're not subbed already, please do so. Did we hit our next milestone goal tonight for 6.9K subscribers? So not 7,000 yet, chat. We're almost at 7,000 subs. The big 7,000 is coming up. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. And we're at 6.9 right now. So that's nice, but I want to get to that big 7. So hopefully by tomorrow we'll be at 7. If you're not subscribed, and if you're here watching the stream, what are you doing? Subscribe. Let's get to 7,000. Okay, let me read what you guys are saying. The thing is, they are annoying as you see them move slower, making stops on all the stress. But I'm sure the dupe was going to start dying and turning them into mob where a pandemic spread. Yeah, I mean, it could be definitely more of a challenge. But I don't know. Maybe one day we'll have like a hardcore mode where you can turn the effectiveness of germs off and on. I think that would be a kind of a cool feature as well. Good night, Dan. Good night, Ula. Good night, Crimson Riots. Stringer, what are Sundays going to be filled with now that you're on break from Factorio? Well, so this Sunday, I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming. I'll let you guys know probably on Friday. Like I said, it's going to be kind of weird in the next couple weeks, depending on what happens in IRL. I just got a couple things going on. So I'll let you guys know on Sunday if I'm going to be streaming on Friday. That's kind of why I didn't want to promise Factorio coming up for the next 2 weeks or so, because I have obligations outside of streaming that I have to do. So I'm not sure if I can fulfill them. But if I am streaming Sunday, it'll be Ani. Or maybe I can play something else. Maybe we'll do like a viewer's choice. It's more like Yuoya. Is that better? Yuoya? By the way, I just missed something critical. Was that a oh, how do I get back on the thing there? I just missed who subscribed. I closed my window. I'm so sorry I missed that. If you want to type in chat, please let me know and I will. My thing disappeared. The first try was close. Yujia. It's a ritual to have me butcher your name. I do remember going through this before. It's just been a long time. It's been a that one. Okay, it's been a long time. So I remember your username from from a while ago. The second time we had this conversation, yes, I do recall. Okay, so let's see. Did I miss anything? I haven't farmed a new plant yet. It gives me a chance to give it a new video gander. Thank you so much, Kevin. Appreciate that. I will get to your comments tomorrow in the video, by the way. I'm going to go to bed. I'm heading straight to bed tonight. You can redirect YouTube viewers to the video automatically after the stream ends. That'd be cool if I knew how to do that. Maybe. Oh, I was going to show you guys something, but I forgot what I was going to check. Can't remember now. Let me quit and see if I can figure that out while you guys are still here. The first... See everyone, though. Yan, thank you so much. I don't know how to do that, so I'm not gonna spend too much time. I'll check really quickly if I can figure that out. If not, I'm not gonna keep you guys here for too long. If you guys gotta go as well, by all means, let's see if I can do this really quickly. Okay, and yeah, not too sure if I know how to do that. I know that's people have showed me before, but unless live stream, no. Anyways, yeah, not gonna worry about it tonight. If it's on my channel though. It's the last video if you guys want to check it out. But anyways, good night everyone. Thank you all for coming by tonight. So many viewers tonight. 100 concurrent viewers was our peak. See you Friday, everybody, and have yourselves a good rest of your week. Good night.